From the biggest moments.
Can you believe it?
To gold medal championships.
Sidney Crosby, the golden goal!
It's your update on Canada's game. You're listening to the True North Ice podcast with Jacob Ewing and Caleb Schneider. Welcome to the True North Ice podcast, where we talk all things Hockey Canada and everything Canadian hockey related. As always, we're your host. I'm Jacob Ewing, joined along my good buddy Caleb Schneider. Caleb, we just finished what I like to call the best time of the year, the best tournament of the year. The World Juniors wrapped up today as we're recording it. It comes out the next day. Man, not the result Canada would have wanted. They come out with a bronze, but still an incredible tournament.
You ready? Gavin McKenna will come first overall in the 2026 NHL draft. I don't want to hear it. I know you're segueing here like a normal podcast. We got to get it done early. All the haters, they think they're right after this tournament. They think Gavin McKenna is not going first. But who's challenging this guy? Who's challenging this guy for number one?
Stenberg, maybe.
And what did Stenberg do? 8 points. Guess how many points Gavin McKenna had? 14. Second.
14 points.
Second overall. True. Unbelievable. This guy is going first overall. I could care less. I know there's going to be tons. This is why I'm doing it early for the engagement. Gavin McKenna is going first overall. Frame, defense, yada, yada, yada. You could say the same thing about Celebrini 2 years ago. And in the juniors too, as a center, granted. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points in 5 games. That's pretty much the same thing as what Gavin McKenna did. We're good in the tournament in a minute, but I just figured we need to get that on. I need to get that on my chest.
Yeah, a lot of Gavin McKenna slander, especially after the semifinals yesterday, where he, no one really was really clicking.
Nobody did
in the semifinals.
No.
So it's kind of, but I get like Team Canada fans when they don't get the result they want, they kind of looked for a guy to put the blame on. Maybe last year it was Easton Cowan. I feel like he was a guy that a lot of people were like
triple shot fake against Latvia. He's a Leafs prospect. It's easy to slam him. Come on.
True, but there's a lot of Leaf fans in Canada too. But anyways, yeah, it was Easton Cowan, and then maybe the year before that, like not really Celebrini. No one really was clicking on that.
No, it's Fraser Minton.
Fraser, sure.
And
you can say Fraser.
Was it Matt Bourtois on the Bruins?
Oh,
was
I
that
don't know.
Year too?
I feel like they're both captain. Anyways,
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of slander for Gavin McKenna, which is unneeded. He finishes the 14.7 games. That's 2 points a game.
What did you want him to do?
Maybe at times get involved. Like he looked a little lackluster at times.
Yeah, and score another 7 points.
That's true. I mean, the question though maybe is if you take him off the line with Michael Hage, who was also phenomenal in this tournament, actually ends the tournament as the tournament's leading scorer with 15 points. Obviously, Gavin's going to produce, but does he put up 14 points?
Well, on an NHL team, he's going to be with a good center. It's not going to be a great center to start, but if you take him first overall, you're going to be stupid. You're going to be stupid if you don't at least sign a center in free agency just to have him play with a somewhat experienced NHL vet who can put up 60 points or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else this guy could have done. And dude, we've holy cow, the comments in the past 24 hours. Unbelievable, man. Who challenges him? You were playing, was it a podcast or something, saying Canada, they said Ty Lawrence, their best player that was available, was taken off.
They took him off. Yeah, that's insane. Man,
he's not that good. He is a good player.
He's a good player.
I think he's really good two-way center. He's obviously he's probably going to be, he's the first center in the draft. So obviously he's going to be chosen high. But come on, no, not the same skill level as Gavin McKenna. Nobody has the same skill level. We saw it in the last game, the one unbelievable cross crease pass. And we saw it even all the way from the pre-tournament. This guy just performed, obviously, against Czechia. Nobody really looked good 5-on-5. That was the biggest story. He's young. You can't just expect him to drive the play. He's no Bedard. Nobody expected Bedard to play generationally.
Maybe.
Well, okay, sure. No, okay. Well, sure. But nobody expected him to do as well as he did.
True. You can say that. Sure.
The expectations were too high, and I understand there's people. All the athletic guys had McKenna as the MVP favorite coming into the tournament. But personally, I didn't see that. I didn't think. I thought maybe Misa on first line, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
We'll get into Misa later. But I didn't see. I couldn't expect Gavin McKenna to be a Connor Bedard type level player. Different, smaller frame, which is going to improve. That's something that just improves over time, and especially with an NHL training camp and just NHL programs, that the frame's just going to improve. His butt, he's going to work on that. And then physicality, sure, he's a smaller guy, but defensively he's fine as a left winger. I don't know, man. He's going first overall, but like the expectations were too high from fans. And I don't think people saying generational, which I mean, these guys are idiots that are in the TikTok comments and Twitter. I mean, I'm not active on Twitter, but I read Twitter all the time. That he's just never going to be generational, but he's still going to be. How many first overall picks are not generational? 95% of them, right? Like the expectations are too high. He's going to be a 90 to 100 point left winger in the NHL. I don't know who is the best left winger in the NHL right now. Or Kucherov. Is he right winger? He's a right winger though. But like left wing, Artemi Panarin, maybe. Lafreniere was a left wing, and obviously, sure. Actually, there you go. But he's not going to score as many goals.
No, he's not.
Guy. But expectations were way too high. I don't know what you expected. And the guy, like, 14 points isn't good enough. Sure, Denmark, yada yada yada. But we talk about Bedard. There was it Denmark and Latvia they played in that second tournament? He just lit them up and scored 5 points a game. I think they had both those games. So, like, that's ridiculous, man. But he's going first overall, in my opinion. There's no way.
Yeah. No, like this tournament is definitely not a slander on his draft stock. Like, it's not going to make it go down at all.
I think it improved. Come on.
If it goes up a little bit, well,
I think
it's hard to improve. It's hard to improve when he was already like typically going to go number one overall.
Like, listen,
like, solidifies it more at number one. And I think when people talk about his play and maybe the poor things he did, like they look at the little things, right? Maybe his defensive game wasn't the greatest. Yes, he's a winger. He's not a center. He needs to go in the corners, get gritty and stuff like that. And at times he's also been like talked about for maybe his lack of effort at times, especially in the NCAA this year. He looked at times where he's just maybe puck watching, not making the extra effort to go back and dig in a corner. He wants to transition up the ice. I feel like maybe at times, I don't think it was as bad as, like, it's not bad in the NCAA, but it's definitely an issue. I don't think we saw like the amount of issue it is in the NCAA in this tournament, but at times it did show a little bit. I think people just, they pick on that and they just target it and they beat it down. But just the giftedness that McKenna has to kind of control an offense when he's really on, he just plays, I'm going to say like a Kucherov-esque. Kucherov gives no effort into what he does. What he does. Okay, he obviously gives effort, but it looks like he's giving no effort. Right. He can make a play out of nowhere happen.
Kucherov's
when he's flat-footed. Too. True. And I think McKenna has that type of attribute. We saw in the bronze medal game, that pass to backdoor to Sam O'Reilly, a little one-touch, just gets the puck on and off a stick immediately. And like no effort to it at all, and there just generates a goal.
Yeah.
So the slander to Gavin McKenna is not needed. He had himself a great tournament. I would be interested to know how many points did come on the power play, and his line was exceptional as well. Like when you're going to get points, obviously, when you're playing with people as good as Brady Martin and Michael Hage were playing this tournament, but that's not a beat down of Gavin McKenna at all, because I feel like you move him up to maybe that first line and play him with Misa, and maybe that Misa gets going, right? So, I agree with you. The Gavin McKenna slander is not needed. Maybe at times he could have did some things better, but he's 17 years old. He's going to go first overall this year in the draft, and he put up 14 points in 7 games. You cannot argue that whatsoever. I agree.
Listen, there's a reason on the forward card, he was in the top 4 for time on ice. There's a reason. Mm-hmm. And remember, there's no penalty kill. He's not penalty killing. No, there's a reason why. Play, though. Yeah, no, but obviously. I'm saying there's guys that were playing penalty kill and power play, like Beaudoin. Listen, there's a reason why he had that much time on ice. There's a reason why he had 14 points, second most in the tournament. And I think, sure, he gets a little. I think people could be more harder on his NCAA. Like, he played better in the World Juniors this year than what he has in his NCAA season.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't say not a kickstart. Like, this isn't like a Zane Parekh situation where he's being sent to be a kickstart. I think it's just a boost, something that will help him. I think he'll be better in the second half of the NCAA season now. And like a lot of those NCAA guys are just starting up again now. They just had a month off. This guy's been playing for the whole whole of December. That's going to help him as well. Listen, Stenberg wasn't good enough. Why is nobody slandering on him? Sure, he's physical. He has a more two-way kind of style of play. But Stenberg, 8 points. Come on. 8 points.
Still had a great tournament. Yeah,
and Sweden blew out almost every team too.
Yeah, but Sweden also spread out the offense very well. Like Canada relied on that age line to produce a lot of offense, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing. That's the only kicker about him. Like you think about like Frundell had 8 points, right? Like, and he was talked about being the MVP of the tournament, right? So I think Sweden did as we talked about. It was
very split.
Times.
Like that's a very dynamic team. Like that's no other team in the tournament was built like Sweden with all that depth.
No. Yes.
That's the main reason why Sweden won, is the depth in the forward core.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna move on. We might somehow get back to this conversation later. This is gonna be a great podcast. I figured, let's get this fired. Let's get the engagement up. Mm-hmm. This is probably the most fired up I've been. It's unfortunate.
You're very eager to talk about this.
Yeah, I told you
even before the podcast. You're like, listen, I'm gonna just rip into this Gavin McKenna situation. And I was like, yeah, go for it. And there you
go. He's going to go first. Come on. There's nobody. Verhoff didn't have a good tournament. There's no other defenseman. I saw Craig Button said Smits. He had a good tournament, but I don't think.
He did have a good tournament.
Like, that guy's just.
He's not going first, but it's going up for sure.
No, but
it's going up for sure.
Craig Button had him in the top 4. Basically talking about him coming in the top. Like, he has a chance of coming first, which I disagree. Smith has got a little bit of work still. He's massive though. That's why people want him. Verhoff barely played. Didn't really. He didn't. I think he played pretty well in the minutes he got, but he didn't get a lot of minutes to showcase it. And like teams are going to be looking at what can he do in a 20-minute when he's playing 20 minutes a game, not 10.
Yeah.
So
I think Verhoff's still got I'm not gonna say a bit of work to do. Like as you said, he's got limited minutes here, and at times I thought his defensive. He's not offensive, good defenseman, right? At times I thought his defensive game, like he was getting beat to some pucks, losing some 50-50s. But there's a lot of times where he's impressive on offense. You give him an offensive zone face-off. He gets the puck. He's not afraid to join the rush either, or even just join the when you're cycling around the slot, right? Go to a corner, change up with somebody. No, he's not afraid, which was good. That's what he needed to play like, right? If you play scared in this World Junior Tournament, you're going to get beat, especially as a 17-year-old who's not very good, who's not the best defensively. So I do agree I think he had an all right tournament. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard with the minutes he got to have a great tournament, right?
Well, yeah,
and he also played with young Carson Karls, too, right?
Well,
so two young defensemen playing with each other.
The being scared thing, I think, was more of a factor for Karls. I don't think Karls was nearly as good as what people might have thought he could be, just the way he was chosen for this team, right? Like, I thought he would be more. I just plain out thought he'd be a little. I'd see he'd stand out more, but he's still 17 years old, dude. So
yeah, exactly. I think it's hard to stand out in this type of situation. Compared to what he did in the U18s this year, right? Yeah. It's a hard situation. They'll bring him. He'll be definitely a top 4 defensive next year. In the lineup.
I think Verhoff will be back too. I don't think he's close. He's close to be. I think
he's too raw defensively.
I think there's still some work, but a bad NHL team maybe would take him, just develop him in the NHL. Just because he's big enough and he can hold his own, I think, just because of his physicality and just being bigger. So there's, I think, probably still 75% chance he goes to juniors and probably goes to NCAA again next year. Because
I think he'll be in the team next year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, he's got the offensive jump. The only question is I don't know if his skating's NHL ready. His defense not really is NHL ready.
In person too, you can tell he's
especially
slower.
As a defenseman. Yeah, especially as a defenseman.
It's hard. He's also really
have
big.
Your skating ready to go. So, I think he'll definitely be back on the team next year. Top line defenseman. I've even seen people doing roster projections. He got him wearing an A. So the team looks good for next year. But Caleb, let's talk about the present. 2026 World Juniors just wrapped up. Canada claims bronze. How would you like to do this, my friend? Would you like to go game by game? Maybe give a wrap of the preliminaries and then go into the elimination rounds? What are you thinking?
We can do prelims again. We did, if you want to we can do a quick one if you want, but we did do two.
Let's talk about it for sure.
Okay. If you want a full in-depth of the prelims, we have 2 episodes already out breaking down the first 2 and then the next 2. So all 4. but we'll do it quickly here. What do you want to say? I want you to go first.
Sure, I'll go first. Well, perfect way to start the tournament. Fight off some demons, and obviously this is before the semifinal game against Czechia. Open the tournament up, and man, they score 7 right out the gate. Maybe some problems on defense, which kind of, maybe arose an issue that would come up throughout the tournament with some turnovers and mistakes in the defensive end, which would lead to goals against. But I think the big ringer was the offense that we saw early, not the same problem that we had last year. We only scored 13 goals in the preliminary round last year. Pardon me, in the whole tournament. And to come out and score 7 in the first game is just insane. And to beat Czechia, so that's a nice win. And then you move to Latvia, and then all of a sudden, it's like night and day. Flip of a switch, and all of a sudden you can't score 5-on-5 and score 2 power play goals, and kind of showcases the weaknesses maybe that Canada has, where you could really, take advantage of these mistakes, maybe sit back, play a really defensive game, block shots, force them to the perimeter, and all of a sudden, maybe, the team fans are getting a little nervous, like, oh, is this team really legit? But after that, I feel like the team kind of, flipped it around. Then you have the game against Denmark. That's kind of obviously going to blow them out. And then just a 7-4 win over Finland to tap it off. So there was tons of offense. None of the same problems we had last year. Like maybe you could wish a bit more out of the first line of Misa and Martone and TJ Ginla. I thought Ginla had a very good tournament. Obviously, he wins one of the MVPs. But I think Misa specifically, especially in that preliminary round, a guy you get sent from the NHL, just was it like we talk about Sweden having 4 lines you could roll, 3 lines primarily you can roll and trust to produce any sort of offense.
Yeah, we can only run
sometimes.
one.
Yeah, maybe like definitely one for sure.
The third line.
If the third line is clicking,
yeah.
if the third line's having a game, like they had certain games you could put them out there and trust them to get a goal.
They started clicking after the Denmark game.
Mm-hmm.
Latvia, Czechia, the first 2 games. You didn't see the third line was a good defensive line, shutdown line. They finally started to put it together halfway through the prelims.
And it could have been because Dale Hunter labels that as the checking line. Starts every game, and then all of a sudden you realize your first line, who's supposed to be the all around, can do everything, defense, offense, is not clicking scoring wise. So then you start giving more minutes to the third line and start giving them roles and maybe in the offensive zone, neutral zone faceoffs instead of just the defensive zone, and then they start scoring. So throughout the tournament, I think you had to have a line step up because the first line wasn't really doing so, and I think that's after the Denmark game, like you labeled, that's why the third line really started clicking. They got more minutes, right? So,
yeah. You brought up Misa. Do you want to do this Misa conversation now?
Yeah, sure.
I think we'll get to the semifinal stuff when we get to the semifinals about Misa.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a long episode, but man, I'll throw out the excuses of why he wasn't as good, and we'll have a conversation that way, because clearly, in my opinion, for a guy who's supposed to dominate this tournament, arguably coming into this would be thought of maybe the best player coming into the tournament, most experience, Mem Cup, most points. Was it most points in the OHL?
Yeah,
or back to back, or is it back?
MVP?
Yeah, back to back leading scorer in the CHL. Like there's tons of stats,
I don't know about that.
Tons of stats, whatever. Should have been on the team last year too. But anyways, like, okay, I'm gonna just say, I think he's injured still. I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, no injury during a game. Obviously, he's good enough to play. But I wonder. He doesn't look 100%.
No, he wasn't doing. Like, Misa is such a dynamic player, and he can create offense out of anything. And it just feels like he wasn't taking that extra step or that extra play or make that extra little pass, the little details to create a big scoring chance or maybe score a goal, right? And that could be a factor being injured. He plays in the NHL, goes down, and then obviously goes through this whole process. But it did look like he had an extra step to his game, or we know he has an extra step to his game.
Oh, we do,
and it wasn't executing it.
And I think he's going to be an unbelievable player in the NHL. I don't know exactly what went wrong. We can pick out injury. He wasn't ready. Like, he clearly was not ready. He should have, if he wasn't hurt, I know the Sharks probably laid out a plan for the pre-tournament, probably saying play 2 out of the 3. Well, I guess he wasn't ready for the start of camp because he was hurt. I don't think those pre-tournament games were enough for him, and he sat the third period against Denmark in that pre-tournament game. Clearly wasn't ready. In the first game against Czechia, he was just a skater. That was it.
Yeah.
He was not a
I'll ask
factor.
I'll ask you this. Looking at the points total, I won't mention where Misa is.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's okay. If you think of our top 9, the top 9 players, so we'll say TJ Glenn, Porter Marteau, and Michael Misa, Hage, Martin, McKenna, and then Sam O'Reilly, Cole Baudouin, and take your pick of Reshny or Desnoyers. Where does Misa rank in that top 9?
So did you just name the first 3 lines?
I did, and I said take your
okay.
pick of Reshny or Desnoyers because they kind of share that
sure.
third line a little bit at times.
Where would
just play-wise.
After
play-wise,
or before
overall,
the tournament?
I would no, not before the tournament because before the tournament we'd rank him easily
First.
top 2.
After this tournament, 9.
Yeah,
actually,
he was the worst top 9 player.
Points. Well, he scored 2 goals. I know
is,
Desnoyers didn't score a goal.
No,
Reshny scored 4.
He's going to produce points though. Of course,
yes, he's on the top line. He's playing 18 to 20 minutes.
I'm talking overall game. Everything is a factor.
He's not physical enough. Not physical. I would give overall every guy in that third line higher. Every guy in the second line higher. Iginla higher. I really liked how Martone played to wrap up this tournament.
Yep.
So Martone higher, so 9.
Yeah.
Like if you think about forwards, obviously Green Tree, Bear don't really count. Then what you have Luchenko.
No, I would count them.
I wasn't very fond of Luchenko. He's a -4 still in this tournament.
Yes.
Who else? I don't know who else I'm missing. Coots. Honestly, Coots look. Yeah, he's probably like 11, 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
Yeah, I think.
Wow.
I think he beats out Coots. It's hard. Reshny, he scored 4 goals. Was really good on PK and power play.
Clutch time goals too. Reshny came up big in big time moments, which when we really needed a goal.
Dude, so, the only game we saw Misa shine was the Denmark game.
Yeah.
The way he played against Denmark is what we expected the entire tournament.
Yeah,
so.
Unacceptable. Yeah, no. So Misa ranks.
Listen,
Misa
I don't want to say
points.
I don't want to say unacceptable. I think there's something going on. Still, he said 7 points. Like, just get it. Like on a prospect standpoint, on a Sharks standpoint, it's fine. Who cares? He's not supposed to.
He was still a point per game.
Yeah, I don't think they. Yeah, exactly. They're not.
But a lot of guys
don't
were point
care
per game in this tournament.
Yeah,
there was a lot of guys who were point.
Well,
per game
yeah. Like,
anyways,
being a good player is above a point a
Yeah.
game player in this tournament.
Okay. Yes, Misa ranks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So tied for 8th in points. Cole Baudouin has 7 as well. He's tied with Cole Baudouin. And Caleb Desnoyers finished with 6 assists. 0 goals, but 6 assists.
I liked how Desnoyers played.
Yeah, so he's in between Desnoyers and Cole Baudouin.
Desnoyers was a 4th liner for the first couple games too.
Yeah.
So
I would love to see, 1 point difference between the two, but what's the minutes difference between the two? And Misa's getting power play time too. Desnoyers got
it was low. Like I know the last 2 games.
The last chance on the power play is a chance on the power play.
Yeah, the last 2 games he had the lowest. He had the lowest time on ice out of the 4 centers. I know that. So you're saying, are we comparing Misa to Desnoyers time on ice?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's 1 point between the two of them. What's the ice time difference? There's probably a decent amount, especially early on when Desnoyers didn't get too many minutes.
I don't know if this is a trick question.
What do you mean?
Well, logically, Misa. You're saying Misa has, but you're giving.
Misa should have more minutes to Caleb Desnoyers, and there's 1 point between the two.
Is that you're saying?
Yeah, he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you, Caleb? You are tripping me out, man.
What?
I said
Desnoyers played more minutes.
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have the number for you. I'm just saying.
I have it right here.
Okay.
I thought you were like quizzing me, and I have the time and ice right beside me. Okay.
Okay. Michael Misa and Caleb probably had more minutes throughout the entire tournament than Caleb Desnoyers.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's
per
1
game.
point between them.
Per game, Misa should have 10 more minutes than Desnoyers.
Yes. But
which
Misa
I don't think
only
he
had 1
got.
point throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to mention.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to make a point.
I see what you mean. We're gonna get into time and ice too from Dale Hunter. That pissed me off. Desnoyers had 89 minutes in total the entire tournament. Mm-hmm. Misa had 109, so 20 minutes more.
Yeah,
so
he played a whole period
15.
extra.
Yeah, 15 minutes average per game. Desnoyers is close to 13, so 2 minutes per game.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, and he put up 1 extra point. That's a good point. Thank you.
Yeah. And even someone like Sam O'Reilly, who did get a lot of minutes near the end of the tournament, but coming into the tournament gets named on the roster, and you're like, okay, perfect, a guy can play the penalty kill.
Yeah, I thought he was a fourth line center.
This guy got 8 points this tournament.
Fourth line center, and this guy, man, unbelievable. I don't know how to say this take. He's never going to be an unbelievable top-notch star in the NHL, but the physicality, the face-offs, the way he plays, he has a scoring touch, he does everything right. In 18 years from now, this guy still is probably chugging along in the NHL as a third-line center.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he might have the longest career out of anybody in this roster. Is that crazy to say?
Oh, a little bit.
Like, come on, like, actually, I'm not gonna, like, come on, you think about wingers. I mean, sure, like, Patrick Kane's still chugging along. OV is still long. But, like, there's a lot of, like, James Neal played till he's 40. Like, that's kind of the same kind of idea. You know what I mean? Like, I obviously... Sure, it's gonna be tough for him to have the longest career, like playing.
Yeah,
I think he'll be the most. I think he'll be more effective. Like, I think he'll be very effective. 37-year-old in the NHL. Is that crazy to say?
I get what you're trying to say. No, I get I understand what you're trying to say. That's
like he's gonna be very steady.
He gets through stuff. He's a grinder. He understands the grind of what it means to like play your role, get minutes, get promoted in the lineup.
Dale Hunter coached him. Like,
absolutely, I get that. No, Sam. I'm gonna say this right here. Now let's get a clap going. But Sam Riley is the. If we had to name like an award show for this tournament, he is the. The
golden.
Well, I don't want to say most improved because he wasn't bad, but like biggest surprise. Biggest surprise award going for Sam O'Reilly, please. Can we get a little clap?
Can I give a couple more?
No, it's a one award.
Honorable mention?
Honorable mention. You get honorable mention. Okay, we should have did it like and the nominees are and then blank and then Okay,
let's hear the honorable mention. Actually,
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Well, I'm gonna say Cole Baudouin.
I don't know. I think he played last year, and he's having a really good year in the O.
Come on.
He did have a great.
I thought he was gonna be a fourth liner as well, actually. But he's really fast. Good center.
Big guy.
He's gonna be another good, like, maybe a 2C, but probably a 3C in the NHL one day.
I can see him getting a 2C one day.
Physical. He has a scoring touch. We saw that one. Was it Finland? He scored twice, he scored the one great goal, and then he scored the empty netter. I like Cole Baudouin as well. More of a dark horse though for a surprise. I don't think as many people were as surprised, but personally, I was quite surprised.
I wasn't that surprised. Just watch it.
You kind of expected. Okay.
Watch it. Not expected. But
come on.
He surprised my expectations, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he was going to be a fourth line bum. Like, I knew he was going to play middle 6 minutes, like get lots, play the power, play the penalty kill for sure.
But listen, I think one thing that coming from, especially the CHL, like all these guys are getting top line minutes, and some of these guys are not going to be playing top line minutes on this team, on this junior team. You wonder how well they're actually going to look playing on a bottom 6 role. And he was great.
Oh yeah, no,
you think come on, Green Tree, dude, he is the slowest guy on earth. He was not good at all. Ethan Bear was fine, but he's not going to surprise you. That's what his role.
Ethan Bear's Carter.
I keep saying Ethan Bear.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
A couple years ago.
I know, Oilers guy. I guess surprise to Michael Hage. For me, personally.
I mean, I don't know. Listen. I'm surprised that he had 15 points.
Yes.
But I was on him since the start of the tournament. I knew this guy was going to light it up.
No, I know. I thought you were like spewing BS for a while, propaganda.
No,
but
he is insane, man.
No,
15
I was
points
shocked.
is insane.
15 points, leading the tournament.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Mm-hmm. That
for sure.
You would never have thought of him as being a top forward on Canada coming into this, would you? I know you were spewing like he's going to be really good.
I was saying that.
But did you think he was going to be a top 1 or 2 forward on this team?
1 or 2. That's 1 or 2 is very prestigious on Team Canada, right? So I'll say no, just because I would
Okay.
think probably Misa for sure, and then maybe McKenna. You could arguably say it was 1 or 2 because of the point total. But
Martone.
maybe Martone was up there too, right? So I'll say no, but definitely I think top 5 for sure. Or even probably top 4.
Yeah. I guess
I'm
also
big on Michael Hage, the year he's
last
having.
last
Dude, he showed
honorable
it.
mention.
Yeah, let's hear one more. I'll say
Brady-
1 too.
Brady
If you don't
Martin.
say the same. Sure. I like Brady Martin. Are we only going forward core for this, or could go anybody?
None of the defense really surprised me other than
Ethan McKenzie.
I knew what Perek had.
Let me throw the name out there. Ethan
Okay,
McKenzie.
cheers.
Let me throw the name out there.
I wasn't as fond of him at the end when the tournament was wrapping up.
No, oh no, he had a great prelims.
Great first three.
Couple first
First
games.
three
Yep.
games. I wasn't.
And then
I wasn't
maybe some
super.
pressure?
I wasn't. I don't know how to describe it. He didn't play nearly as good against Finland in the prelims, and then sure Slovakia was 7-1, and then the Czechia game again in the semis wasn't nearly as good as what we saw at the start.
No, and you could see his ice time slowly but surely in the tournament get depleted. Like he was down to like 11 minutes, which was like probably.
Well, he was on
ice time.
He was on the fourth pairing this last game against Finland.
Yeah. So Ethan McKenzie though at the start of the tournament. Listen, this kid coming in, we didn't even have him on our radar. 5 points in 7 games.
Did. Not a single soul.
Nope. 5 points in 7 games. That's big claps for Ethan McKenzie. Great tournament from the kid. And he's got a great family. So shout out.
Shout out
the McKenzie family. We appreciate the support.
Shout out.
Big followers on the True North Ice Instagram.
We'll see how long. Well, hopefully they stick around for a while.
Hopefully.
But,
Would be nice.
no, he had he was really good at the start. Like he might have been second best defenseman. For the first 3 games.
That first game, him in the pairing with Perek. Man.
No, it was not him and Perek. It was Cameron Reed to start. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, the whole tournament.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Perek
and him were in the first game of the Sweden tournament.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the graphic here.
Did he play with Brunik? He played with Brunik for a while. I knew that.
We have McKenzie was the 7th in the first game against Czechia.
Game 1. Wow.
Yeah, it was Reed Perek the whole tournament.
Okay.
But but the second game he flip flopped with Carls and he was in the top 4, which I agree with. That was a good move. So.
Yeah.
All right. That was we started with we went to Latvia. Do you have any more thoughts on Latvia? We did just talk about Misa.
I already touched on it.
Yeah,
no
I
power
don't have
play
much.
goals. Outcoached that game. Yeah. Latvia, they play a game.
Horrible 5-5.
Especially against the bigger. They play a game again, especially against the bigger teams. That really sets them up for success. Just pure defense, and when you get an opportunity, you gotta go all in and try to cause chaos and make something happen. And they did. They scored a late goal, go to overtime, and Michael Hage wins at the GOAT. So, outcoached in that one, but definitely showed some signs of maybe some defensive lapses. Issues for sure.
Not defensive lapses.
No, not defensive, but some maybe I don't want to say offensive because we scored a lot of goals too.
There was a lot. The puck was in the neutral zone a lot.
Yeah.
And Latvia did have a lot of ozone time for Latvia. They just couldn't finish either.
No, see the defensive lapses though. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Also, I think,
but they still kept
the
puck out of the net.
Yeah, I think a lot of trouble getting through the neutral zone too.
The neutral zone was
neutral zone
rough.
Traps, stuff like that. Like stacking 4 guys, the blue line, not getting through that at all. And then you could even see that come up in the semifinal game against Czechia, where they just also played a very good neutral zone game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think. Listen, we already touched on the prelims in our first 2 podcasts. We did. So if you want a full in-depth analysis of that, it's all in there. We'll talk about the Denmark game. It was 9-1. Creamed them. So
yeah, it was 9-1. Cheers.
Yeah, it was 9-1. Lots of points for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this is some of the arguments for
McKinnon. He scored 3 goals. Sure. Get rid of that game. He's still sure 1 goal, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I would have liked to see
man.
McKenna shoot the puck a little bit more. I know he's not known for his shooting, but I think we both witnessed a lot of times, especially in the power play, where it'd get the puck and teams kind of you pick up on it over the time of the tournament.
Yeah.
Like he's not in a shooting option because he doesn't shoot the puck, right? Like you expect him to pass.
I
it
think
just seemed like he'd have a lane to the net and he wouldn't take it.
I think I don't know how to say this either. Michael Hage is the guy to shoot the puck on that power play. Mm-hmm. And obviously that was the game plan, was Hage needs to be fed the puck the most. When he's open, when he's got the shot, he's shooting. But still, you got to have secondary options. Obviously, you have Brady Martin at the net or Cole Reshny at the net. You got to have the options.
Parekh.
And Parekh at the point. Yeah, I guess Parekh can shoot too.
He was shooting
a lot,
yeah.
You need this. Dude, there was times, yeah.
It was Parekh and yeah. But still, like it's not like McKenna can't shoot the puck. He spotted a lot of goals.
Well, the thing is when he did shoot the puck, it looked good.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, though. So if like teams could pick up on, okay, when McKenna gets the puck, he's going to look for every option A, option B, option C, and option G is shoot the puck.
Yeah.
Right? That just takes away
I think
one
NHL
point of your dynamic offenses, right? Yeah, that just takes another point out of your dynamic offense.
I think he has the shot. We
No,
didn't see it enough.
He scored a bunch of goals.
And I think an NHL team will just promote, especially on the bad team, when there's going to be, because that's what he's going to be on for the first few years, unless it's an unbelievable lottery poll.
Rip the pill, kid.
Fire it. Who cares? You're selling seeds anyways.
Hopefully.
They will be selling seeds. Come on.
Hopefully.
We're not going to get into that. Dumb. That's a stupid thing. He will sell seats.
Oh, he will. No, I'm not dissing it. I'm on the side of the argument that he will. Yeah.
Ty Lawrence. No offense to any of these other guys. Ty Lawrence, Keaton Verhoff. Depends what Ivor Stenberg does in the next half. Mm-hmm. But those guys aren't selling seats, man. It's a one-man show. It's Gavin McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
That guy that guy will sell the tickets. You can market the heck out of this guy.
Yeah, well, he's also had a lot of marketing hype over the last couple of years too, right? So that also helps him a ton. A ton.
NCAA,
his name's out there. His name is out there in the world. So
NCAA, that's how you're making your money, is marketing yourself.
Yeah, NIL. True.
So.
Yeah, no, this kid's had McKenna's had hype for the last 4 years, right? People like you grow up, you say, "Oh, look at this kid, he scored yada 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 in the brick tournament." Then all of a sudden, oh, look at this kid, he scored 150 points in the WHL, won Player of the Year, Oh my gosh. And then, oh, look at this kid, 17-year-old, goes to the NCAA, Penn State, one of the best teams in the country. Like, he's just everywhere. Everything he does is just boosted on a global hockey scale. So everybody in the hockey world, if you're into it, if you're knows his name, right? And so, of course, he's going to sell seats anywhere he goes. So that's a big boost, especially with the first overall pick. So, no slander that he's not going to be a great player in the NHL, because there has been a little bit of that. He will be a very good offensive player in the NHL. Absolutely. He's going to drive a first line. He's going to play make in the offensive zone. Let's stop talking about McKenna. We've talked about him a lot.
Yeah. I didn't bring him up that time.
No, I did. I just wanted to. Yeah. I thought it sounded right.
Yeah,
so
it was right. Good job.
Yeah, if you want to hear more about McKenna, then just
go back to the first.
Go back in time.
2 minutes.
Go back in time. You can listen to it again.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to talk about next? Would you like to get to the prelims, or we didn't talk about?
We did just do the
today.
prelims.
We didn't talk about Finland. Pardon me. I meant elimination. We didn't really talk about Finland on New Year's Eve. 7-4 victory. Carter George couldn't save the puck to start the first period. 3-3.
Really fun game to watch as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad game as a Canadian or a Finn player and coach.
As a player, yes. Not a fun game to watch your coach.
It's
not a fun game to watch your coach.
It's fun to score 3 goals, so don't get me wrong. But it's not fun to give up 3 goals in the same period.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a fun game to watch, though. Really fun.
Oh, yeah.
They cleaned it up after that, but I think it just was brutal. Open ice. Couple of cough-ups from both goalies.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Produce offense. Get your systems going.
Special teams.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have the score up right now. There was Canada scored, it looks to be 2 power play goals, and Finland only scored 1. But still. All the first period goals, except for, the first 4 first period goals were all even strength, and then 2 power play goals.
Right on. Yep. I don't have much to say. Canada just outskilled them at the end. Obviously,
Yeah,
the defense got its stuff together, but in the end,
it's like a shock. I wonder what Dale Hunter said in the locker room after that first period, because a guy who knows what it takes to win on every single level is not going to appreciate that first period. Because listen, like this team has enough skill to outscore a team, but it's not what you want coaching wise. Like you want to play a structured game, and so they really got to their game. They scored 2 straight goals. And then Finland comes back because they're pesky. That's what the Finns do. And then Cole Baudouin and Sam O'Reilly in the third period ace the game. So good effort. And you know what? That team on that night showed a lot of resilience because, listen, you go back and forth, 3-3. I get it. It's still a tie game. It's still anybody's game. But the way Canada kind of tightened up and really played a structured game after that, like played a really good game of hockey. You know what I mean? That was really nice to see and gave us a lot of hope going into, like, obviously that first period is just a scratch, right? You don't want to see that. Yeah. But after that, those last 2 periods of hockey were Canada's. So I would say, now I'm going to ask you this next question. Out of 10, what was your confidence level going to the elimination round?
To win gold or to beat Slovakia?
No, not to beat Slovakia, to achieve the most ultimate prize.
Confidence?
Yes, out of 10. Be honest here, too.
Confidence. I'm trying to just think of what I would have said on the podcast after the game. I'm not going to say 10 out of 10 because I know it's junior hockey.
Yeah.
Which we all need to understand. It's junior hockey. But confidence rate, I would say for this team, with the roster they have, the fact that their number 1 C is not performing and they still do this well, I would say a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah.
What would you say?
8.5. I think 8.5. Like, I'm not gonna say it's too much, but I think just like I would think I would only go an 8 or higher if the team was like perfect. Like obviously they won, but they did go to overtime against Latvia.
You know what? They had goal. You know what? They did have goaltending questions.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it's the World Juniors. Anything can happen. So I would probably say like maybe a 6.5, like a 6.5. Like that's still over 5 though. 5. Listen, 5 is average. Feels like we're gonna get to maybe we'll get to the semifinals and hopefully pull off the win. Like I'm at like maybe I'll say 7, because you still had good teams. Sweden looked really good. We beat Czechia back on day 1. So I'm not gonna say I wasn't worried about them. Obviously, you're always worried about the Czechs, but maybe the Czechs in a playoff elimination type of situation where they've always seemed to have our number. That's another team. The Americans, back-to-back World Junior champions, yes, don't have the team this year as they did in previous years with goaltending and just maybe some firepower up front, but still on home ice, anything can always happen. The Slovaks looked good coming into it. They kept a couple very close games, 1-goal games against Sweden and the USA. Switzerland looked like an underdog. There's a lot of random teams. Every team played tight games against different teams, except for Germany and maybe Denmark. And Denmark.
Well, Latvia kind of got blown out except us.
True. But still, like, the fact that the Lats kept it close with us still gives me a reason to think in a 1-game elimination where anything could happen, right? Like it doesn't take much to get eliminated, like as we found out in the semifinals. But I think a 7's still very solid. Like that is on my scale still very, very high. If we're counting 5, the average. So I would still more than half. I was more than half confident that we were still going to find a way. And then we know the result now. But yes, overall, I was decently confident that we would still find a way to win gold. And Caleb, it started extremely well with a 7-1 whooping of Slovakia in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. There's not much to say. I mean, I was very shocked the way these guys just came out. They're flying. Well, did we score a goal in the first minute? Is that true? I don't have it pulled up. I don't really remember.
I'm pulling up right now.
It was a long time ago, it feels like.
They did not, but they did score a goal.
First 5 minutes?
No, it took a while to get going. It looked like there was, in the last 7 minutes, Cole Reshny gets the first one. Then Teach scores, and then Misa scores.
I do know they had a really good start to the game. Shooting, tons of ozone time.
Yeah.
They looked good, and I thought they looked like the gold medal team I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, so Canada scores 5 goals in the first period, all in the final 7 minutes of the period, which is insane.
Wow.
Reshny, Aginla, Misa, O'Reilly, Brady Martin in the power play. Insane.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Even the first 2 goals go in, and then they go to a goaltending change, too. They changed their goalie immediately after 2 goals. Yeah, Reshny. Yeah, it was insane. I remember Reshny was one in front. Teach had a crazy snipe, just like came in, sniped it far corner, and kind of added to like pure shooter. Like if you think about a pure shooter who can come in on the rush and shoot, I think Teach Aginla might have been the best guy to come in off the rush and shoot. Would you have any arguments against that?
Those first 4 were also 5 and 5. But yes, he can shoot. He's a good all-around player.
If you could, so I'm saying that out of everybody on the team, one guy coming in on the wing, just coming in on the rush and just able to snipe it, maybe like a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-2.
And you're talking about Teach Aginla?
I think Teach Aginla was the best shooter coming out on a rush.
As a winger. Well, yeah.
Well, doesn't have to be a winger because the center could also just be on the left side.
Okay, so you're just saying best shooter.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like no,
on a
best rush shooter. Yeah, on a rush.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like on the move. You're not stationary.
On this team.
You're entering You're entering the offensive zone, and you just rip it.
He's a very dynamic.
Really good,
he's a very dynamic offensive forward, offensive winger.
Yeah. He did it a couple times. That's what I really liked about Teach. He kind of added another layer to our offense because a lot of our goals were like set up in the offensive zone. You know, put it to the net, someone get a rebound.
Yeah.
Shoot on the power play. Give it to Michael Hage. He'll make something happen. So.
Yeah. No, he had a really good tournament.
Yeah, he did.
Did you not have him on your top 6 for a while?
I don't think I did.
Yeah. Fun.
But that's okay.
I think did you have him on the 4th line?
No, I had him on the first line.
I think you had him on the 4th line.
We won't talk about where I had him, but that's okay. Shout out Teach Aginla.
There was no way he'd have been taken if he was a 4th liner. But anyways,
I don't think, to be honest, Caleb, I don't think I watched enough Teach Aginla coming into the tournament. Okay. And now I know who he is now. Of course I knew who he was before, but now I know who as a player and how dynamic he is on offense, a guy that could do everything, shoulder to shoulder with you in the corner, grind you out, but also outskill you, snipe, pass. So good.
Yeah. So basically, so what I'm understanding here, Mammoth sends Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7, overtime. Teach Aginla rips it home on a rush.
Tim Stützle comes to the way, scores! Tim Stützle
Teach
wins
Aginla
it for the Ottawa Senators in Game 7.
Will win the Stanley Cup because you had him on the 4th line on Canada's 2026 World Juniors team.
Can I give you my honest reaction? Can I give my honest reaction? Teach will come up on the rush, one-on-one with who else but the guy that was taken directly after him in the draft, Carter Yakimchuk. One-on-one. Carter Yakimchuk poke checks him, goes the other way, dangles 2 other defenders, and scores and wins the Stanley Cup. That's what will happen.
You are putting Carter Yakimchuk on the ice.
10 years. 10 years. 10 years.
In 10 years, on the ice, in overtime, do or die, Game 7 Stanley Cup Final.
That's why we draft, no?
He is horrible defensively, dude.
Caleb, he's 19 years old. Give him a break, dude. Give him a break. So is Zane Parekh. But you would put him on the ice in that situation, would you?
No.
You wouldn't put him on ice in overtime.
But we both
Zane
know.
Parekh.
We both know.
Listen,
no, I'm not even.
It's not a conversation for this type of talk, but
No. We both know
that
if somebody's gonna improve defensively, it's gonna be the faster, more skilled guy. Cheers.
Oh, man.
All right.
I mean,
Slovakia was fun.
What about the bigger body guy? We'll leave that there. But what about the guy with bigger frame? That's a big thing on defense.
No skating. No.
Dude.
AHL man.
He is.
He's not very good defensively.
We actually have a good decor out in Ottawa.
And you know what? AHL is mostly, it's a more defensive league than the NHL. So
he's learning.
You're right.
But he's also up there.
Also losing
defensive goals. So.
Yeah. All right. Slovakia was fun. I mean, the boys were buzzing. I thought, just looked like a gold medal team bidding up on a somewhat decent team.
Yeah, and they go to Jack Ivankovic.
Oh,
We
yeah.
go back to him after Carter George after the Finland game,
Mhm.
and he had a good game. Mind you, didn't get tested a whole lot, but he had a good game for what it was. Only that's in one goal. And Canada stopped. Canada didn't score a single goal after 9 minutes left in the second period. They didn't score a single goal after that. The second half of the game, there were 0 goals from Canada. First 7 goals were in the first 30 minutes of the game.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really care.
Is that insane?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but
It's a cool
after you
stat.
score 7, yeah, who cares?
You're on pace for 14.
Let's play some
Matter.
defense. Let's stick to the system and give Gavin McKenna the puck.
Yeah, and then they did, and they didn't score, so.
That's fine.
Oh gosh, yeah. Just a beatdown on Slovakia. Shots first period 16-6, second period 20-7, the third period Slovakia actually outshot us 9-6, but overall 42-22. So and Slovakia also
That was
had
a
32
beating.
penalty minutes. Yeah, it was.
I don't remember that.
But it was. A
Oh,
couple,
you know
I
what?
think
We
there was a
stopped.
10-minute.
Also, we did not really watch the third period because we just recorded that video early.
It was, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's 32 minutes in the penalty box because Lucas Tomka got a game misconduct.
I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this team, it's a gold medal team. Good job.
And you know what? Funny thing is, we've talked about him a lot, but most points in this game for Canada, Michael Misa was tied for first. So, he had 2 points.
There you go. Yeah,
He had a goal, third goal of the game, and as well an assist on the goal from Porter Martone and Keen Verhoff. So.
That's awesome. Okay, shall we do it?
If we have to, let's get into it.
Okay, well, we can postpone and do something else quickly.
Why?
I don't know if it was after this Finland game or the Slovakia game. Zane Parekh comes out with all these NHL guys are robots.
That's what you want to get
personality. Yeah,
this is what you want to get into.
We never talked about it. I thought, you know what?
Sure.
I'll delay it. Do you want to delay? Do you want to delay?
No.
Do you want to delay the semifinal?
I just thought when you say, do you want to get into it? I thought you were talking about, the game.
Yeah,
the next
I know.
game that comes after Slovakia. But if you want to talk about
No,
let's do it.
Do you want me to explain?
Sure.
I asked, do you want to get into it about the Czechia Canada semifinal? But then I said, if you want, we can delay it and we can talk about the Parekh comments. Because this is a big storyline.
I'll let you bring it up, sure. Big storyline, Calgary.
Big storyline to the NHL. No?
I don't know, Kel.
Come on.
I don't know.
I think
you're the only person I know talk about it.
Well, because you're the only person I talk to when it comes to this stuff, really.
No, I talked to a lot of people, and no one said anything about Zane Parekh talking crap about it.
Whatever. Okay, I guess.
Okay, I'm just kidding. You go in.
Basically, he comes in, he says, basically somebody asks a stupid question, which I think is a stupid question. Why are you so upbeat, energetic in these interviews and very talkative? And he says, the NHL robots don't talk a lot. They don't have any personality, which is pretty much true. Come on, the biggest personality in hockey. The biggest personality in hockey is a freaking referee, Wes McCauley. That's how bad it is.
Paul Bissonnette.
He doesn't play. Well, that's why Paul Bissonnette is such a big.
If you want
they know why
ice,
the spitting chicklets. They're so big because they personalities. They're the only there's 5% of the NHL has personality. PK Subban. He's still around and people love him because he's got a personality. Ryan Reeves has an unbelievable personality.
Revo. Yeah, he's got a lot of. Yeah, I love that.
But also you got to understand Macklin Celebrini has a personality. A lot of those Sharks guys do.
Yeah, and
I think the fact that Ryan Reeves is on that team and he's like that gives him the opportunity to do that. But listen,
and you know what?
Most players, yeah, sure.
About that, because I just want to say because about Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith. I think another big reason is Jumbo Joe kind of took them under the wing, and Jumbo Joe was always a guy who had a little bit of personality. Yeah. Yeah,
the Sharks obviously are promoting this, and they know it puts butts in seats.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Well, personality-wise and skill-wise, but listen, most players are wired. Connor Bedard is wired to the game. That's the only thing he did growing up was hockey. We see a couple clips sometimes, but it's not a press conference. It's nothing like that. Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, wired, right? They're wired to the game.
Oh, yes.
They have no personality. There's no personality. And listen, the NHL is... There's there's culture issues. There's a lot of stuff with the NHL that just could be fixed with, but personality is something that brings more fans to this game, more eyes to the game.
Yeah.
And listen, when I think it'll be the same take. I'm totally fine if you have a personality like that and play your role. Best defenseman ever. You can talk. You can say whatever you want. Obviously. Sure, he kind of mocked a lot of people, but I think that was obviously an accident. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that he had to apologize. I think it's ridiculous that, especially the Flames organization, is taking a hissy fit
People are
about
upset
this.
at him. Poor kid.
Obviously, sure,
Dude,
they pay
19 years
PR.
old.
I know. He's 19 years old. Let the kid talk.
Give him a break, dude. He's skilled. He's so skilled, and you're going to put this stupid narrative on him that he's being rude and upsetting the NHL, and that he's trying to make it seem like, he's all this cocky guy that just, thinks he's full of himself. Like, no, it's his opinion. He's entitled to that. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Poor Zane, man. He's a good kid. He really seems like a really nice guy, too. So.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's get into it now. I thought I'd bring that up. Czechia, Canada, semifinals. We're streaming it. First stream of the year. First stream of our lifetime. What do we want to do? Do you really want to break down the game?
I mean, I think we should. We should.
Okay, we can. We can for all the we can listen. We can do
content.
it for all the listeners that did not watch the game. All right, first period. In my opinion, especially the first half, Canada gets absolutely just devastating, dominated, 5-on-5.
Flat-footed. No desperation. Outworked. All words you could probably use.
One of the biggest question marks the entire tournament was 5-on-5, and clearly was the biggest issue in this game.
Looked like the second team out there, not the first team, for sure.
Oh yeah, checking every
puck,
to play.
Losing puck battles, and you know what? We knew that's the type of game Czechia plays. They're hard on the forward check. They're going to take advantage of your mistakes. And, mind you, Team Canada does score first. Power play goal, Teach Aginla. Michael Misa with a beautiful pass in front. Teach finishes it off after
on the power play, though.
Penalty. Yeah, power play. Deluchenko gets his, I believe, I don't know if he had 2 points, but he gets one of his only points of the tournament on that as well. So, getting power play time, probably because he's getting...
No, I think it's because they put out the next shift. It was right at the end of the power play.
Good for him, man. Good for him. Gets a point. So, still gets on the power play. And then, but the thing is, Curran responds right away. So, you score that goal, and then Caleb, we talked about how flat-footed that first 10 minutes was. Well, they go right back to it, and they score. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, you know what? We're still in it. We're tied, obviously. So you can't feel like you're down. You can't feel like you're the second best team in this game, right? Because it's still tied up. The shots were 11-6, by the way, after the first frame. Second period, I think Canada looked a little bit better. We started to get things a little bit going. Tilbach scored 3 minutes in, and that was also, I think, a big goal because that puts Canada in the deficit. And I think it's one of the only few times in the tournament. Pardon?
I think the only time was against Czechia.
Yeah, there you go. So Canada proves that they're not going to dominate this game. It's going to be close, and they score early. And then they take 2 penalties. The Czechs do. Sikora and Politin takes his second penalty of the game. And I believe was that a 5-on-3? Mm-hmm. It was. And Kolrashny scores. Zim Perek, Michael Hayes on the assists. Yeah, I believe, I forget, did he just move into the slot and just sniped it? Or like...
It was uptight. It wasn't I think it was just jam off the pad and then the empty net.
I got you now. Anyways, Canada ties the game. On the power play again, which we talked about, the better 5-on-5 team was Czechia. But we still, if Czechia's going to take penalties, we're going to take advantage of it, right?
Mhm.
So we do. Score back-to-back. We score 2 goals on the power play. 2-2. Then Adam Banak, late in the period, scores with under a minute to go.
First goal of the tournament.
First goal of the tournament. And man, in a game where you could go 2-2 into the third period. And honestly, if it does go 2-2 into the third period, does that change the momentum? Does it help out at all? But Czechia, even just like, obviously momentum might not be a big thing because you get 18 minutes to rest up, but you kind of have a narrative in your head of how the game's going, and it's just human nature when you're down a goal to feel like you're down a goal. You know what I mean? Like, of course you're going to have in the back of your head, oh, we're down by 1. We're down by 1. There's 20 minutes to go. And that big goal, you think about it, just the little things, could have been a big thing for the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, being down was tough, I think, on them, giving up that goal really late. But,
you're just like, let's just get out of the period. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, because, like, now the thoughts are coming in. They're down by goal. If you don't do anything this period, the tournament's over, basically. I mean,
right? And you're like, oh, we've been bounced by this team the last 2 years. They're our nemesis. They have our number. And although Canada did outshoot them 12-8, mind you, did have a 5-on-3. So again, the 5-on-5 with this game, we called it terrible in the video. I won't call it terrible here, but it was inexcusable. You could not get anything set up in the offensive zone. Czechia was stopping everything in the neutral zone. No space, no time, like compared to what we had in the Slovakia game. And it just felt like we could create no high-danger scoring chances unless we had a power play. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep,
and
that's
Czechia
exactly what happened.
Took advantage of our mistakes, exactly like they did in the game number 1. But still, on Boxing Day, we were able to find a way to get to the slot, pass around the perimeter, quick pass to the seam, bury a back door. Brady Martin, I believe, had a couple goals on that. Brady Martin also left in the first five minutes of that. We should also mention that of this game with an injury. So the lines were getting shuffled around. And we'll talk about that in a moment once I finish my point. But there was just no mojo going on the offensive side for this game of Canada. And it became very evident after the first 2 periods that this third period, if the same thing was going to happen, there's no shot we were going to win this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, dude, from the start, Czechia was the better team. They came out to play. I'm never going to say anything about the refs because the refs were not the issue. Mm-hmm. We just couldn't figure it out.
This game.
They did not.
A lot of talk about the refs this game.
Yeah, we'll get to the TikTok comments after we finish this recap here of this game. Just clearly, like, you didn't come out to play. You somehow find a way. Martin ties it up. I'm kind of jumping the gun now. He scores the biggest goal of, I wouldn't say the tournament, but at that Canada's actually, you could say biggest goal of the tournament.
For Canada?
If they won, it would have been the biggest goal of the tournament for the entire tournament if they won. But anyways, he scores Canada's biggest goal.
Ooh. No, Captain. I think it was the Finns' OT winner against the U.S.
Yeah. Well, it'd be that or Canada over Czechia if they won. Anyways, Martin ties it up. All the energy in the world.
Yeah.
All the energy,
man,
and
buzzing.
Listen.
So buzzed.
We talk about those bad penalties. Those came after Thomas Politon scores on a 5-on-5 goal. The fact that you scored the biggest goal and you just couldn't settle in for a minute and a half? Like, there's less than 2 minutes left. Let's get to OT. Who's the better team in overtime in a 3-on-3? Canada by a landslide. Right?
Canada definitely, by a decent amount.
By a landslide.
Landslide, I don't know. I think
our top 6 is better than theirs. We have, Prek is by probably the best defense. Probably, yes, best defenseman. Tommy Galvis is good.
Too, pretty good. Yeah.
But listen, you just gotta get to OT. Just kill it off, and you probably, sure, any team could win. But the fact that you get a goal after a minute and a half. Just settle in and kill it, dude. Who cares?
Inexcusable.
Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure, Thomas Wilson scores. Let's do the penalties. Let's do the penalties
Should
here.
we talk about the goal a little bit? The Thomas Wilson goal.
Sure. It's not a kick.
Yeah. It's not a kick.
It's poorly executed defense. He found himself.
Michael
Misa was right there, but it's not.
Yep.
I don't know how much it's. Misa got beat, but still.
I guess he's the center. And that's the area he's supposed to be in, but he just couldn't outbody the guy he was trying to get to. You know what I mean? So
maybe he's a little hurt. Didn't put all 100% effort into that.
True.
Okay. Then we have.
I also felt like there was also I felt like whoever passed it was Curran. He kind of danced inside way too easily. He kind of got around one, almost made it a 2-on-1 in tight, and that's when he got from
he broke through.
I'm not gonna comment on the defense, but just way too easy. At this moment, you get it back, you're buzzing. Martone, if the boys were feeling 10 times the amount of jolt and intensity we were feeling sitting on our damn couches, and we were going crazy. We were jolted with energy. And unfortunately, you start standing around watching the puck. The Czechs keep doing exactly what they've done the whole entire game. Move it around. They push the goal to the side. Listen, it's tied game. They go right back to their game plan, get around a couple, and an unlucky bounce, we'll call it, at the skate of Polton. Ends up at the back of your net. Third straight year with a goal under a minute and 20 seconds remaining in the game that Canada gets eliminated against Czechia. A game winner with under a minute and 20 seconds for 3 consecutive straight years.
Fun fact. Wow. Yeah. Man. Just gotta get pushed through. Finish the 3 minutes. Anyways, I don't really have much to say. It's an unlucky bounce. It wasn't gonna go in and hit his skate. You say kick, whatever, dude. It's not a kick. He wasn't even looking. He didn't know where the puck was. Come on.
And I'll mention this too. Czechia had an answer for every single time Canada would score. So Teach scores the first goal. Almost 2 minutes later, Curran scores again. Tie game, 1-1. Then Tilbach gets one to start the second period. It's 2-1. Okay. Reshny scores in the power play. 5 minutes later, no penalties in between. Adam Banak has the answer. Goal for goal. Right? Yeah. Third period. Cole Reshny scores again to tie the game. Tie game. You're buzzing. Cole Reshny, second of the night. Perfect. Wojciech Šiaz has a beautiful goal. Gets past the defense. Makes a swift move. Buries it. Top corner in tight. Perfect goal. You can mention the defense there. I'd really have to watch it again. But I remember the finish. It was beautiful. But he was in tight. He got alone. And he's a skilled guy. Anyways, Reshny scores. Šiaz 6 minutes later responds. No penalties in between. Martone scores. Polton responds right away. A minute and 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
They had a response for every single goal.
That's just a good team.
We had. Oh, yeah.
Good team that followed the game plan, stuck with the game plan. Didn't matter if they're up a goal. Didn't matter if they're down a goal. They stuck to it. Obviously, the goals they gave up were just outskilled, really. I don't think their defense was poorly executed. It was really well done. Just a really good, darn team. They came out to play. I don't know. I keep saying execute the game plan, but I don't know what the game plan is, but I'm pretty sure they probably did. Unbelievable good team. That's just I don't want to say well experienced, but I think half the team is playing. Men's half the team is in CHL. It's a well experienced team. I'm sure the coaching staff is well experienced on Czechia. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not going to fact check that. But it's a team that looked like they've bounced Canada 3 years in a row.
Yeah. And you know what? The shots finished 37-24. The Czechs had 18 shots in the third period. Canada had 24 overall in the game.
Wow.
That is 6 shots off of just tying Canada for the entire game in the third period. Yeah.
Okay, let's do this now. Let's do the last minute. Ivan Kovic gets pulled. Oh, you have something else?
Yes. Sorry, I just want to mention. 6-4 final score in this game. Czechia goes 0 for 6 on the power play. Wow. Scored every single goal 5-on-5. Didn't score a single goal on the power play. They had 6 power plays. Did score a single goal. Doesn't matter. Still put up 6.
Wow.
Yeah. Canada goes 2 for 4 on the power play. So, anyways, sorry. Well, let's get into let's continue with what you're going to say.
And you know what? We forgot to mention one of the biggest parts before the Martone goal. With 6 minutes left, 7 minutes left.
Yep.
McKenna takes a cross-checking penalty. Not a bad penalty at all. It's a penalty, and the refs called it right. I'm surprised he didn't get 5. There's a good chance he got 5.
Very close.
Just imagine.
Even the way they call like your junior IHF games, they protect the kids a lot.
I feel like we've seen.
That was very upstairs.
I think we've seen plays like this that have been 5 in the juniors in the past few years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's borderline. Like it's borderline. But anyways, he takes it. Stupid penalty, man. Just very stupid. Dumb. You're in the O-zone too. You would have had an offensive draw. Yeah, I think.
Puck's away from those 2 players as well. I think the puck, like 2 other guys are battling for it, and he's right and tight in the net and just delivers a cross check right underneath the chin or maybe right on the chin.
Yeah. Then we get bailed out. Biggest bailout of the tournament.
Yeah.
Too many men check you.
Yep.
Imagine if this went the other way. Holy cow. Everybody would be pissed. So too many men. And then offensive draw. You're going to rip into this. Offensive draw. I'm setting you up here. Offensive draw. Michael Misa's taking it. It's power play 1. Or power play 2. It's the second unit. This is the one with Misa, Aginla. I think Martone and whoever else. And I think Perek was double shifting. So really good chance. It's 4-4 actually. I'm an idiot. Anyways, those 4 guys are on. Anyways, you have a good chance. You're in the offensive draw because of the too many men. Michael Misa takes a draw. You can go say whatever you want, my friend.
Listen, we talked about the expectations Michael Misa had coming into this tournament. NHL games with the San Jose Sharks. You think it may be a bit of a mature player. And he's a great NHL player. Well, he's going to be a great NHL player one day. He's a great prospect. He is a phenomenal CHL player. He's a great junior player. At his age group, he is the second best player in his age group. He was drafted 2nd overall, right? This penalty that we saw here is the stupidest penalty I have ever seen. In a late game, with your team down by 1, you get put on the ice for an offensive zone face-off after you've had a lackluster tournament and your coach is giving you one of your final chances to go outside and prove yourself because he knows how good of a player Michael Misa is. And I want to emphasize this. Michael Misa is a phenomenal hockey player. And listen, there's probably a million excuses why this happened if you were to talk to Michael Misa. But just from a perspective of watching the game, he falls down onto the ice after the faceoff. And some people argue that his momentum had to be stopped by putting his hand on the ice, and it just so happened to be on the puck.
That's what I first initially thought. That's what I initially thought, but then you see the replay. No.
This is a penalty you rarely see today in the NHL, and even in hockey. But the fact that Michael Misa, and it looked on the replay, as you said, Kelb, goes down on the ice and intentionally, just for a split second, potentially could have forgot about this rule because it rarely ever happens, puts his puck on the ice with 5 minutes to go in a do-or-die semifinals game against a team that's dominated for the entire time, hard on the forecheck. You haven't had any opportunity to create any sort of offense, and you go 4-4 after barely getting lucked after a stupid penalty from Nestersil, too many men, and he takes that, and he puts Canada 5 seconds after the evens things out, 4-4, back on the penalty kill. Man, in the moment, I was pissed. But, as I said, emphasis. Michael Misa is a phenomenal hockey player, and there's probably a million reasons why this happened. But just in the moment, and if it wasn't intentional, if it was just by accident, such a dumb penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, obviously, probably this is what happened, is that his stick was caught. He had an arm out. let's swipe it back, which a normal brain would think just quick decision. Obviously, wasn't thinking, but man, that's just a tough one. It's a tough one to take. And
Absolutely.
no arguing. He did it. He definitely wasn't falling. I at first replay I thought maybe he fell on it, but no, he definitely grabbed it and kind of threw it a little bit. That's what set Canada back.
Oh,
and listen,
absolutely. Well, to be fair though,
listen, I think it's not going to be a big talking point because he does get bailed out, but still, not. You can't do that.
Yeah, I was going to say it won't be brought up because they did not score on that power play. If they would have scored and put the game to bed,
yeah, it's just they put them
story.
back on the PK for a little bit more, right? That
it puts them back,
kills
Instead
valuable
of 4 and 4,
seconds.
You go to a penalty kill.
Yeah, it kills valuable seconds.
It's just you put your team back on a disadvantage, and man, you're lucky. Czechs, the Czechs obviously still end up winning this game, but if they would have won it due to that reason. Oh man!
Yeah, if Martone
did a lot of outrage,
if Martone
a lot
did
of
not,
talk around it.
If Martone did not score that goal, that would be the biggest conversation probably. Oh
yeah, it would be up there for sure.
So yeah,
absolutely.
He gets bailed out by Martone, and then we have the. I'm moving on now. We're getting up there in time already too. We move on, pull the goalie a couple times. Reshny takes the goalie interference. He's skating in the blue paint. He kind of is pushed, but really in the end, I don't know where you go, but he's still pushed.
Yeah, that's the only. He was driving pretty hard. Yeah, he was driving pretty hard.
That's the only referee decision I might question. But hey, Canada put themselves in that position. They were down. It was not the ref's fault.
It also happened earlier in the game.
Exactly, yeah.
It also happened early in the game against for Canada.
Okay. Yeah. Like that gets called all the time. There's that they're doing what everybody else does, call it. And sure he's pushed, but whatever. Take that, and that pretty much felt like it sealed the deal. Less than a minute, which means you're gonna have to go 5-on-5 when you have the goalie pulled. So they win the draw in the D zone. They get the pucks, they dump it in. Ivan Kovic's out of the net. 20 seconds later, she finds the puck in the neutral zone and
skates it out. Heartbreaker.
Yep.
Just like Bedsy.
Cheers.
Except Bedsy actually did on a big, overtime.
A big stage, and he actually
won. Empty netter.
He won.
Anyways, also just randomly mentioned, a random weird fact. There's a lot of weird penalties in this game. Here's what the penalties were and what they were for. First penalty by Thomas Polton was goaltender interference. Not the most common penalty at all. Right? You don't see it called at all. No. Cross-checking by Jet Luchenko, sure. Slashing, very common. Then Polton again for delay of game. Okay, puck over glass, that's not very common. McKenna for cross-checking. And then Czechia for too many men. Yep. And then Michael Misa for delay of game. And then Cole Reshny for goaltender interference. And then Gavin McKenna for unsportsmanlike conduct. And then again for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So we had one slash, we had a cross check. Do we have a tripping? That was it.
No, just a slash, 2 cross checks, and 1 too many men, 3 delay of games, 2 goaltender interferences, 1 unsportsmanlike conduct.
Nice. Yeah, very, very odd. Very odd. All right. Do you have any final I want to say we can mention this first and do final thoughts on this game. Dude, the Czechia Mafia.
Alive.
I thought this was only a Twitter thing where you just send the memes into the opposing team. When you beat a team, you go into their final score thing and they post a whole whack of memes and all that. I thought that was a Twitter thing, but man, I do not know how these Czechs just found our TikTok and just lit it up.
For you page. We're on the For You page.
I didn't even go to Hockey Canada's final score post for this game on Instagram or Twitter. I didn't even open it, so I can't imagine. I'm gonna have to.
It's a war zone in there.
You know what? I've barely looked at Twitter this past 48 hours because we've been streaming, we've been doing all this crap. I've had no time to check Twitter. It's unbelievable. We're grinding here, so I don't even know. That's crazy because that's where I live on Twitter. But I'm curious what that looks like. But dude, on the TikTok, we have over 100 comments on that one. one minute video about the Czechia Canada game, just from Czechia mobs or mafia, which man, I respect the heck out of that. Is that crazy to say?
No.
I think that's awesome. And dude, we got
Absolutely.
a lot of nice comments too. But like I'm not gonna like any of them on the TikTok. We also got some on the Instagram too. Like they obviously just name search Czechia Canada and go through it and just spam them. But
Hey, that's what we're here for.
yeah, it helps us too. It does really help us too. But like I think that's pretty sick that it found its way to our page. And we got a credit to them, man. Those fans, they're locked in. For the first game, like some of them, it's just fun doing this on the TikTok and responding to comments. But like the first game when it was 7-5 Canada, there's a lot of nice ones that we had good conversations about. And like these guys, like I'm happy for them. Mm-hmm. I'm very upset that like Canada lost, but like in the end, like I still would call them. I think I'm 50-50 on analyzing a game and being a fan. But in this situation, like I'm happy for Czechia and those fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
So
well, yeah, I'll say
you're more of a fan.
It's a hard line. I like to analyze.
Yeah, but like I think for me, I'd more analyze just a random junior Canada versus Czechia game than I would be a fan. I mean, I got lit for the Porter Martone goal because it was a good goal and made the game a lot more interesting.
I got lit for a Porter Martone. Be better. It was a game time goal with 3 minutes left, dude. If you don't stand up and cheer, what the hell are you doing?
That was awesome. Yeah, see, but I think
better
I would
do that.
But I think I'd cheer for any tying goal. Like if it was the other way around, I think that'd still like if Czechia tied the game up 4-4 like that. Like I'd be like, wow. Like I wouldn't be cheering. I'd be cheering for both teams, like analyzing. Jeff Merrick. Anyways, I'm very happy for those fans. Man, they've been through some time, and those people, I'm sure there's a good chunk of them that have been dedicated through the times where they just quarterfinals and they're out, quarterfinals are out, quarterfinals are out. I don't think they've ever really been relegated, but I'm sure there's been some fans that have just been locked in on this for years, and they're finally getting rewarded. They've got a great hockey program, but I love that there's a good chunk of fans out there. Somehow found our TikTok. Posting all the memes. Coming. I love the memes. Obviously there's the one of this is my favorite verbal meme right here. It's like a three photos, 2024, 2025, 2026 of just a Canadian fan in the stands crying after Czechia knocks him out.
Yeah.
I love that because we all know, if you've seen the TikToks, I think it's kind of stupid to be crying and overreacting to 18 and 17-year-olds playing hockey. Mm-hmm. We don't like, I would never rip into them. I'd never be that overreacting like that, but I love that meme. Anyways, that was just a sidebar, but you have final thoughts on this?
Yeah, disappointing, man. I just think, listen, the Czechs just outplayed Canada in the game.
That's the main story, yeah.
Listen, you expect Canada, especially after a big win against Slovakia. I know, obviously, Czech is a different echelon of team, and they wanted it more. And not that Team Canada didn't want it. Listen, you could say, oh, Czechia just wanted it more. Like, these boys saw the reaction after they lost. Just so emotional. They wanted it just as bad as Czechia, but the Czechs just seemed to go, like, just on the ice, just go that extra little step, do the little details, shut down the neutral zone, hard on the forecheck, and Canada couldn't really get set up. They couldn't find the key to insert in the lock. Mm-hmm. And it's sad. Okay, it's disappointing. Thought this was the year. The team looks on paper, as it is almost every year, but especially this year, easily the best team in the tournament, and just couldn't put it all together. So disappointing for sure, but at least it's not the quarterfinals. So
it's a gold medal roster that got beat in one game. They got outplayed in one game.
That's the fun of the juniors. That's the fun of the juniors.
Yeah. That's really it. You said it perfectly. Just a really good team, gold medal roster. And unfortunately, the game they didn't have their A game was the semifinal game. So
But
That's
credit to Czechia. Credit to Czechia.
oh
absolutely.
yeah, 100%.
Very good game.
Unbelievably good, just unbelievable. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to do this Finland game because man, I honestly this is bad. I could care less about a bronze medal game. I feel like it was not like from being I know
celebration if they
I
won a
know.
bronze.
I know, but like the fact that we were so locked in on the stream for this semifinal game, and then
Oh yeah,
dude, it's the most like locked in I've been for any
hard to get
junior
up,
game. For any junior game this entire tournament, that was the most locked in I was.
Yeah.
And then we go to this. I'm not gonna say BS. Like obviously, I think Finland would much rather have a gold or a bronze. Canada would, but like, and you as a player, coaching staff, you have to prepare. You have to win a medal. Like they have to. But just going from like intensity and stress level for like a stress level from fans, not really stress level for me, but like a lot of fans are watching this cheering for Canada, right? A lot of fans. And then it just drops down. 4:30 game. Playing Finland again. Not really super like Carter George is in the net, which I figured. I don't know. It's not as fun. Not as fun as a gold medal game. Like today was like one of the most boring, like still good hockey, but like one of the most boring gold medal, bronze medal days in the World Juniors in a long time.
Probably. Yeah.
Like both games, well, Czechia made it interesting
At the
with
end,
2
the
minutes
last 5
left.
minutes was great.
But like, it was pretty like gold medal game was pretty boring in my like as if you're a hockey fan, that's a pretty boring game for a gold medal game. And the bronze medal, there was just the intensity was nowhere near as high, especially on Canada's side. They just came out and dominated.
Yeah.
Well,
and even like they said, the guys were like, you know what, it was hard to get up for this game. But in that they said like after the first, I think a quote from Parma was like, after the first period, we made I don't want to say the word decision to like go out and give it our all. Yeah. But they visibly made it obvious, and they said in words that it was hard to get going for this game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. It does. All the energy trying to go for gold, and all of a sudden now you're playing for bronze, right? So,
listen, I want to say like my comments there. I'm trying to just explain because I know maybe somebody will think of it differently and take it the wrong way. The intensity is just not nearly as high from the players.
Oh,
they just lost the gold medal, or they lost the opportunity to win a gold medal, and it just wasn't nearly as entertaining as a fan perspective. You win bronze, sure, but like this team came for gold.
Yep.
This Finnish team came for gold. They could care less. I wonder both these teams, I would think, if they don't win gold, it's a disappointment. So like if they came 10th, it's the same as coming. If they become relegated, it's the same thing as winning a silver medal. So
yeah.
Yep.
Wow. If they become relegated, they're winning silver.
Come on, they don't care. They wanted that gold.
Yeah. They get relegated.
I think they would be more sad if they would be the same sadness if they got silver or if they got relegated because they didn't win gold.
I think that's
ridiculous.
I don't think
that's ridiculous.
I think that's.
Do you think they're more sad if they get relegated?
Yes. If Canada got relegated, that would be the biggest disgrace in Hockey Canada history.
Or do you think they're sad because it just didn't win gold?
No. Gold is the furthest attainable thing from getting relegated. If you lose the relegation game,
okay, fine.
After going
what if I say, okay, what if
you don't even get a chance to play for a gold medal the next year?
You're not.
No, I'm not.
You're taking it the wrong way. Fine. What if they come 5th or 8th, lose in the quarterfinal? It's the same thing.
Okay, can I ask you this?
Sure.
Did you find? I think I know your answer, but did you find a difference between this losing last year and losing this year?
What do you mean by yes?
This year we lost in the semifinals in a close game, just
It
like
was
last
the
year. But
same thing.
last year we got eliminated in the quarters though.
It was
This
the
year we've got to play
no.
for a medal. We got to play 2 extra games.
No, it was the exact same reaction.
Okay.
That's what I think. Do you think it's different? You think they didn't care as much?
Like the thing is though, when I think, okay, when I'm in a semifinals matchup, I'm like, okay, if we win this game, we're gonna go on and play Sweden in the gold medal game. Last year, what was it? Oh, if we win this game, we're gonna go play U.S. in the semifinals and then play another team in the finals. Like there's still steps on the road to get to where you want to be, right?
No.
And like
I think the players felt the exact same way when they lost that semifinal game than they did when they lost the quarterfinal game the past 2 years.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
So the intensity, like if there was a game after the quarterfinals, it'd be super low. And like if you lose in the quarterfinals, it'd be super low intensity again. It's just I wish the bronze medal were to mean more when they really didn't. But I'm also discredited. I'm discredited. I'm contradicting myself here. But like,
it's a medal, man. We didn't win one of those last 2 years.
And I think it's just it's a luxury because we have the most medals in the tournament, most gold medals. Like it's gold or bust every year. Where any other team like Latvia, they freaking parade around the country for 5 days.
The country would go the hockey part of the country
just like
would go insane if they won a bronze medal.
Was it Denmark that won bronze in the World Championship, or was it Latvia last year?
Ooh, Latvia's a good shout. I don't know. Good question.
Anyways, it might have been Denmark, but anyways, or was it Switzerland?
One sec. You keep talking.
Whoever won the bronze, maybe it was 2 years ago. Anyways, whoever won it, it was unbelievable. It was their first medal in the World Championship, in the men's World Championship. It was the biggest thing going on in that country for hockey.
Oh yeah.
In Europe, right?
In Europe. Mm-hmm.
And what time is it? May there? Like it's still football season.
Oh yeah.
So. And it's just this doesn't mean as much because we're going for gold. I don't know if I really made a point in that whole talk, but intensity was lower, and I don't blame them that much. I could care less. If I were a super fan, it's a consolation prize. That's what I said in the TikTok. It's a consolation prize.
Fans. We are super fans.
Super fan, super analyst.
I was labeled as a super fan.
You were a super fan. Yeah.
I do both.
I
do both. I can analyze games.
Yeah. Okay. This game, I don't even know. Like, do you want to break it down? It was kind of boring. Is that crazy to say?
No, it wasn't. It was kind of boring. Well, first period was interesting. There was 5 goals, back and forth.
Yeah, I guess the storyline was like we gave up in the New Year's Eve game. There's 6 goals in the first period, and we both thought it was going to be tight checking, defensive, well-rounded game. Clearly, wasn't.
No, dude. I thought this matchup was going to be very low scoring, but in both these games, but it wasn't. Goaltenders. George gets to start again. Gets back to the net after Ivan Kovic loses that one against Czechia. Sam O'Reilly gets the first goal of the game. Michael Hayes just feeds him. Sam O'Reilly drives hard. Perfect goal. Villela. I thought the first 2 through all 3 goals, by the way, by Finland were, I'm not going to say weak, but they definitely were stoppable. Goals from the outside. Goals that squeak through a pad that was left up, or a hole, or there's a body in front that just gets right past them and stuff like that. Just definitely, I couldn't even think of it. A shutout tonight, but I'm not an NHL goalie, so. But there's definitely some interest, like very stoppable pucks tonight that one in. But that's okay because you still had the win. The offense was producing. It's not like there was nothing going on the offense, and you let in a couple muffins, and all of a sudden you lose. So that's good.
Yeah.
Because like the Villa goal just gets shot through a leg of a defender, goes right in, and then the Mintonen goal was on a power play, and it just kind of like Carter George was kind of like up
underneath
still,
the arm,
and it just goes right. It was.
Was it
very
that one?
Interesting.
Yeah, underneath the arm.
Yeah, I think Rahonen was the one that it went. He was like kind of still up, and it went right through his pad.
Oh, okay.
Underneath his pad.
Yeah,
it was one of the 2.
Hole.
Yeah, and just like he didn't see it or anything like that. But Canada still produces, right? first period, Sam O'Reilly, Brady Coots, Zimprek at the power play, and then Porter Martone gets one. Sam O'Reilly gets a second of the night, and Gavin McKenna gets one as well with basically an open net. So 4 points for Michael Hage, 4 points for Gavin McKenna. I'll say back if shots were pretty much even, 35-34. Shots in the third period were 17-6 for Finland. But you could definitely tell a difference in the offensive awareness by Canada, able to break into the neutral zone, get through it, get through traps, set up on the offense, move the puck around, and obviously the two big guys of McKenna and Hage were so effective at that, especially Hage, just so good at moving the puck through the neutral zone, over the blue line, setting things up. He beats it. He could beat guys with speed, created a lot of 2-on-1s like we saw in the first Sam O'Reilly goal. Just so good tonight. So good.
Yeah. A lot of these players that we've been shining all tournament shine again. It was as a player, I'm sure it's a fun game, but like Perek looked good. Kuch got a goal. I was happy. Like he was so and he didn't have much time on ice, so I'm glad that he scored. That was good. I mean, they'll be back next year too, so that'll be a good morale booster.
And you know what?
Unless he makes
Vancouver,
but
here's the three players that I put up one in Brady Coots' goal. Brady Coots from Keaton Verhoff and Liam Greentree. What a trio!
Yeah,
that's awesome. A couple cookies for the boys.
Yeah, so I'm happy for that, and a lot of players shined. It's a good game to like. It's nice that they're not ending on a loss.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I feel so bad for Finland, man, because they had a really good tournament and just fell the wrong way against Sweden, and then they just didn't have it flat. So they just didn't win.
They play a
heartbreaking,
game, dude.
heartbreaking against Sweden. Heartbreaking.
They're pesky. I've said the word pesky all tournament long about the Finns is because they never go away.
Yeah.
They never truly find themselves out of a game in a blowout. Yes, Canada beat them by 3 in both the games they played, but they just play tight hockey. They always find a way. Doesn't matter if they're being out-offensed by, I think Sweden was the better team in regulation against Finland. They found a way to get back in it. They found a way. They fought. They forced overtime against the States. Against the States.
Oh, States.
Basically the same thing, too.
Yeah.
Find a way to win in overtime. Good for Finland, man. And that's how their country represents on the international stage. Hard to play against, hard on pucks, and just do the little details really good and find ways to put the puck in the back of the net when they need to. Yeah. That's Finland, man. Yeah. That's to a T.
I've said this multiple times on stream too. Finland, Sweden, 2 minutes left in that OT. That was the worst power play I've ever seen in my life. Why they didn't? Did they even have a shot on goal? They had the puck in the O zone for 2 minutes and did not have a shot. They had maybe one. What? They found Hemming once actually, and they had a stoppage. Yeah. That was brutal, man.
They must have, Caleb? They must have thought it was October.
Yeah, I don't know what that reference is for, but
because there's nothing like October baseball, playing catch back and forth.
Cheers.
Back and forth. Kiviharu, down to the goal mouth. Back to Kiviharu. Back down to the goal mouth. Back to Kiviharu. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go Hemming? No, he's gonna go right back to the goal mouth. Yeah. What's he gonna do? He's gonna go through the seam? No, he's gonna right through Kiviharu. Yeah. Dude, back and forth, playing catch. The guy on the red line, dumb. Back to Kiviharu at the point. And you know what they wanted, Caleb? It's because they wanted Hemming. There's no other options on that power play. It's just Emil Hemming, who is a lethal goal scorer. And we saw last year at the World Juniors, he's got a crazy shot. But if you know he's going to go to him, then they're going to cover him. We saw it today. Keishon Aitchison is his teammate back in Barrie. And he was all over Emil. He knows that he is I don't want to say the only option in that Finland power play, but 75% of the time, that's what Finland tries to do.
Yeah.
Let's go to Hemming.
Brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah. Shout out baseball.
Shout out baseball. Shout out baseball. Cheers. I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to say it.
It's okay.
No, this game was good. I'm glad Carter George got to win this final game on this team.
Yeah.
They got a medal still, and smiles in the end. It's still a good way to go out.
And you know what?
in the end.
Good for Carter George. He deserved that too. You think of World Juniors
Yeah.
netminders, right? And
I'm glad.
a lot of one-hit
I'm
wonder.
glad they went back to him, just morale wise.
Yeah. Like you think of when I think of Dylan Garand comes to mind, Thomas Milic comes to mind as of recently. But a lot of these guys are just one-hit wonders. Like one really good juniors and they're done.
Yeah.
Carter George
Had one and had
MVP
a
of the
bad
team
one.
last year. Maybe not definitely not the result he would have wanted this year, but he comes back, goes perfect in the tournament. I just want to put that out there. He didn't lose a single game, so there you go.
Yeah.
Wins all 4. Good for him. Good for Carter George, man. He had a great run at the
Yeah.
World Juniors for Canada over his 2 years. So
Yes. And hey, now it's Ivan Kovic's season. He's going to be the starter next year.
oh man, exciting times.
Yeah.
Exciting times. It's gonna be interesting to see the goalies. I know just want to say this as a Sens fan. There's one Sens goalie prospect who I think might make the team next year. So.
I think William Lassell is going to make the team.
Lucas Beckman.
Gavin Betts. Gavin Betts.
Gavin Betts. Yeah.
Gavin
Could
Betts.
you imagine Gavin Betts, Matthew Minchak?
Is Minchak? I thought he was
USA
American.
Final.
Okay.
He is, but Canada versus USA final, yeah.
Yeah. Gavin Betts, U17
Fun
goalie.
times. Fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Betts got a real chance for sure.
Yeah. So
He's got
I'm
a
glad.
chance, yeah.
I'm
He's got a
glad he was able to play this game. I'm glad they did that
Me
decision.
too. And on a high. And you know what? That probably went into the decision by Dale Hunter. Maybe a little bit. So.
I think if it was a gold medal, I think Ivan Kovic would be in there. But
Yeah, because if they would have had to win, right? And you just keep running the winning goalie until you lose. And unfortunately, in this situation, I mean, I guess you lose the semifinals, you play the bronze, but you're technically out of gold medal constellation. So,
yeah.
I have a Kovac next year though, for sure. He will have the reins of the net, and there will not be a goalie challenging for him for it probably. So
Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 things. I do want to do a quick talk about players that could be back next year. I think that'd be a fun exercise to just have it on record of who we think is good, because it's gonna be fun. Because a lot of guys, there's a lot of people eligible for the team this year that we definitely did not think that they there was a lot of guys that were eligible but are on NHL clubs now, where we did not expect that to happen. So I think it'd be a fun exercise right now to go through the list and debate if we want to debate. I don't have the list up right this second. I don't know if you have it, but I can pull it up. Okay. Hopefully I'm signed in on Twitter on my on this computer.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good names out there.
Okay.
There's a lot of good names out there, and it makes sense because you just see a lot of these guys just play at the U18s. Like Brady Martin just played at the U18s. Coots, Rashny, Verhoff. So. This is going to be a team that gets a lot of returners. And I'm even thinking players like Jake O'Brien, who got cut from the team.
Yes.
Barely got cut from the team. Man, he could be a first-line center next year.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Let's start quickly because we've talked about him enough. Percent. Let's just do percent for him. Gavin McKenna. On this team next year.
Depends where he gets drafted.
Yeah.
Right? I also think the playing in the NCAA is a bit more of a positive for an NHL team, letting him back and go play back in junior, compared to where we play in the OHL and the CHL and the WHL where they just dominate, right? And there's no real reason to keep them back and playing in this league where they just put up so many points year after year. That's why they could pull them up in the previous past. But now in the NCAA, where he's having a good year. He's put up point per game, but there's definitely a lot of things he can work on his game. I think it's going to be a factor. I will put it at, it just depends where he gets drafted. Let's say 60%.
That he's back?
Oh, no,
he's back or he's not back?
I was going to say 60%. 55. 55% he's back.
Okay. So
very close to even.
It does really depend, but right now, the teams that are sitting at the bottom, I think a bad team probably will send them back to NCAA because they're going to be a bad team, and it might be hard to find that center. I know find a center free agency, but you might be better off waiting a year, maybe having another tank year. Like if the Canucks get Gavin McKenna, they got a tank again next year, right? I think they need more pieces. So maybe sending him back to NCAA makes the most sense. He like, truth be told, he's not going to have a great season on Vancouver first year around. Like, who's his center going to be? I guess Elias Pettersson. But
theoretically,
but Pettersson might be gone too. But then you think about, like, if the Jets get him, I don't know if the Jets even have their pick, but if the Jets get him, they're good. So they might he'd be a third liner on that team though. So is it the worst case scenario to send him back, have him come back for the playoff push? Like, just have him go NCAA, finish the Frozen Four, assuming he makes it, and then come back for a couple games of the regular season, and then play third line minutes on the Jets in the playoffs. Because I wonder, I think the Jets will bounce back, right?
Yeah.
So that's my thought process.
Yeah.
So I would go. I'll get my percent real quick.
Yeah.
I would go. I like 55. I'll go 40%. He's back though.
Okay. I'm just gonna mention. Listen, Gavin McKenna, we both know, is a points guy. He's not gonna make the biggest impact on defense. He's an offensive playmaker, dynamic kid who makes plays happen.
Yeah.
And could we see something similar to Misa, where maybe he struggles early in the NHL and they send him to the World Juniors so he can dominate and get his game going? Kind of like maybe even Zane Parekh, who's an offensive defenseman, right? They would send him to the World Juniors to get his offensive going, like get a little mojo. And especially after you think maybe Misa in his own head realized that maybe knows the junior he had and he knows he could do better. Pardon me, McKenna. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm talking about Misa. McKenna, he had a good World Juniors, but he comes back. He's played already 2 World Juniors. That's also a fact. We saw someone like Costas Hellenius, who doesn't get set back because he's already played in various World Juniors. McKenna's played 2 already, but he gets bounced in the quarterfinals. He brings bronze. You know he's gonna want that gold.
He would be a candidate for a captaincy or an A too.
Oh, if he comes back, he's wearing an A. If he's come back, he's wearing at least an A.
He would be a leader on this team too.
Mm-hmm. And you know who I think is gonna win the C next year? Who we'll talk about. This is the next part we're gonna talk about. And no, I'm not gonna say I think.
Who's going to wear this C?
He's in the top 2. He's in the top 2. Or
who's your candidate?
Braden Coots.
Oh,
because he wore it. Yeah, he wore the U18s. He played for NHL Vegas.
So I saw
Vancouver already. But here's the question: do you think he's going to play in Vancouver next year?
No, he's not that good yet. He's not good enough yet.
But what's the benefit of just keeping him in the WHL?
I think there's still room to improve. I don't think he'll do NCAA. I think he would have went this year if he could. I think there's still room to improve. I don't have Coots' numbers right off the top of my head. But I think even just at the juniors, like, I know he didn't play a lot. He's on the 4th line, solidified there. He's going to get probably probably will get top 6 minutes, maybe 2C in this team next year.
I can see 2C.
There's defensively, I think he's getting there. Offensively, there's still some work to be done. I like his checking, but defensively, he's fine. I think it's offensively. I think the Canucks he's a 2-way forward. I think the Canucks, surely they're going to be horrible next year too. Remember that. So send him. Let him dominate.
He could come up and play like 3rd line minutes of the Canucks next year.
Well, I think he would. Listen, I think
this year to give him minutes.
I think that's because of injuries to start the year too. But listen, I think they're not going to be good enough. I think let him go. I don't think there's a way that he would be a substantial 82 game, 60 game NHLer.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I think if the only way he doesn't go is if he's a consistent, like a Ben Kindle consistent player on that team.
Okay.
Right?
So let's give a percentage. What's our percentage for Braden Coots? He'll be back
98.
Okay, I'll give 80. I'll give it an 80. So that's pretty high up there.
I think I saw a Jeff Merrick clip. I like Jeff Merrick's the GOAT. He said Coots is a quiet leader, like from the 18Us. He's a quiet leader. Reshny is the loud leader, and Caleb Desnoyers is in the middle. And that's who most likely will be that's who he thinks would be the three, the two A's and the C, which I mean is assuming Calvin McKenna's not going, which I kind of think that makes sense. Like, and remember, Coots was at the time for the U18s. You had to pick a captain, right? At the time on that roster, he was the best guy to have it. And then remember they added 6 to 8 guys halfway through the tournament. They didn't give out any more A's or C's, right? So, I mean, we don't know anything about what's going on in that locker room. We don't really see anything in the press. So maybe it's a Reshny, maybe it's a Desnoyers.
I'm going to ask you about another guy.
Yeah.
And do you know what? He could be in the conversation for captain, probably more on the likes of assistant captain. But this guy, I think, has an interesting case for potentially not being on the team next year for NHL reasons. Caleb, very good World Juniors this year by this kid. And he's a great character. He wears the C in the OHL and A at the U18s. It's Brady Martin. What do we think about his chances of coming back next year?
Much lower. Much lower.
Yeah. You think he's got a shot at the NHL this year? Nashville also.
I think so.
And there's a dumpster fire. So.
Yeah, I think he could be top 6 or 2C or 3C in Nashville next year. They have no center depth. I mean, there's nobody phenomenal coming into the draft. Yeah, I would say coming back to Canada, 15.
Ooh, 15%. That is low.
Yeah.
That is low.
I think he's when the OHL season's done, he's going back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because he only played 3. It's not going to cut into his contract. Right? Can he do that? I think so.
How many? I don't know. Depends how many games.
He's played 3.
He played 3. So he didn't have to burn a year contract, did you? Did he?
No, not yet.
No.
But if he goes back, they won't care. How many do OHLers go back? Yeah, like Luchenko did last year.
Yeah.
I think he'll go back, and then he'll find a spot, have another year of NHL training camp, have an off season with an NHL program. I think that's a big thing heading into your second year is you have an off season with NHL staff along with support staff, all that.
Yep.
Training staff, strength and conditioning staff, all those resources with you. So
sure.
He's already big. Okay. He's a good player. He would fit. He fits an NHL kind of style.
Yeah, he plays an NHL type of game.
Let's pick it.
Physical forward, two-way center. I'll say.
Do you want to do some? Okay. Do you want to do some obvious 100%?
Yeah.
And you say no if there's no way. Jack Ivankovic.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah, he's a goalie. He's not playing the show next year.
Carson Karls. 100%.
Yeah.
Keaton Verhoff.
Yes.
I would go. I want to say 100. I'd say 95.
Say 90.
95.
I'll say 95. Sure, 95. I like 95.
Caleb Desnoyers. He could be
Utah,
a sneaky one. He could be a sneaky one, but remember, Iginla's going to have a full-time role on that team now.
I'll say Desnoyers 70.
I would go. I like 70.
70% for Desnoyers.
Okay.
Although, he does play in I'm not going to say a weaker league, but the Q, I'd like to see him maybe take a step. Maybe NCAA. Maybe.
Okay. Let's do Cole Reshny.
Cole Reshny?
I'm curious what you think, and then I'll give my expert analysis.
I guess you're Flames. You are the Flames. You are the Flames guy. Okay. So my thing about Cole Reshny is he's playing NCAA right now. He's having a good year. And
I
don't know about the
depth.
He did. I don't know about the depth of listen, the Flames, we obviously know they're not a good team. And do they want to bring him up as a 19-year-old and play a season in the NHL? Absolutely could. Regular season like Brady Martin, do that. And Reshny's a responsible guy. He plays both ends of the ice. PK, he can play power play, as we saw. So two-way guy. He's not like an offensive guy where he's not ready for the show because he can't play defense.
Well,
He's
his
a two-way
role,
guy.
yeah, it was a two-way. His role
That's what
in
I'm
this
saying. He
team
played all
was
situations.
PK
Played all situations,
power
too.
play. Not many guys did that on the team.
Oh, I
Face-off
said
guy
that, yeah.
too.
Yeah. So I'll give Cole Reshny a calm. 55. 55 for
Wow.
Cole Reshny.
I was gonna go
Because the thing is, I just think maybe the NCAA comes into a factor, or we saw him send Zamparek back this year. So
I was
Let's hear
gonna
your
go
opinion.
more
I know you're the Flames
like
guy, so.
coming back. I would go more like 80.
There he goes. Okay.
Yeah, I think for him, he's not dominating NCAA. He's not doing anything. Like he has
Doing
two
pretty
goals.
good.
He has 2 goals.
How many games, how many points does he have, though?
18 assists, so 20 points and
That's
16 points. He's the number 1 center. He doesn't like. There's no like super great NHL prospects on his wing, right? Unless I'm really tripping up, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I think he goes back. I don't know if he goes to NCAA, but
Where do you think he's going?
I wonder. You know what? It wouldn't shock me to start the year if he cracks the NHL team. Give him the 9. He's gonna play a few games at the end of this year. I feel like, especially if the Flames are out. If the Flames are out of playoff contention, I think there might be a chance he plays a couple games near the end after NCAA. If his team gets knocked out early enough, and then next year, he honestly might get a chance at those. Like he might get a 9-game tryout on the squad. He's gonna have a full NHL camp. But I think really in the end, I don't know if he has enough right now to crack the lineup.
Okay. Sure.
But that's
Sure.
also
I just like
bearing it depends if the Flames don't do what
play
they're
a
supposed to do.
responsible game. Yeah, play a very responsible game.
If the Flames
it's
don't
good
blow
addition
up the
too.
roster, then I don't know. But
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
a good.
Joe Corsi.
Listen, he's gonna be, dude. Like he could be a number 1 center on this team in a few years from now because they have no centers.
True. That's gonna help us.
Like they have
development, too. I
Kadri,
mean, if you play
which
it right.
should be traded soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what?
No
Like,
centers in the pipeline.
No, he's only got
Potter-
2 goals, as you mentioned.
Potter
Not a
went
goal scorer.
back.
He's a passer.
They're wingers,
But in
yeah.
this tournament, to be honest, he looked more like a finisher than he did a disher.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's in the front of the net.
Yeah,
in
he
gritty
scored
areas,
more
so good for
goals
him.
in this tournament than he has in
than he has all
NCAA.
season. Yep.
So odd. Yeah. Dude, I'm not going to say anything else, but the Flames have some fun prospects coming up.
Okay,
That's
let's
all I'll
move
say.
on. Next player. Name me next player. Just start naming them. Let's get through this. Let's
Misa,
0.
0. I think that's it.
5.
Okay, sure. I'm saying 0.
5 for me. Sure.
Cameron Reed, 100.
100% he's coming back. 90? 90? Nothing's 100% in this world.
I don't think he'll crack it. And
Injury?
then injury, true. Wow, frick injuries. Okay, quickly. I think that's all 10. I think Dupont already has a case to be on this team next year.
Oh, I think he will be on this team next year.
I want to see my guy, Alexei Joseph. Ty Lawrence will probably crack this.
He should make the team next year. Absolutely.
I would love to see Alexei Joseph next year as a 2027 draft eligible.
Yeah,
Dupont.
the year before his draft year, right? Like that's Gavin McKenna this year.
I don't know
That's all that
enough.
is.
Yeah, I don't know enough about next year's draft yet. I saw a top 10 list, but I forgot half of them. But that's about it. And I don't really know. I can't think of any other snubs. I guess Jake O'Brien, you said, yeah, he'll be on the team. That's a lock. So
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw a really good. You know what? I actually saw a really good mock list, and I want to pull it up, but I don't know if I can. It looked like it was actually like they made a full roster. Like think about. To be honest, though, what did stand out to me about that roster was the defense.
Well, yeah, because they have
Carson
4 or
Karls,
3
Daxton
guys
Rudolph,
coming back. Oh yeah,
You go
Rudolph.
Ryan Lynn.
Oh
You go
yeah.
Cameron Reed. You go Keaton Verhoff. Like there's so many options. Landon Dupont, obviously.
Those guys are not all going to make it.
No, you got to go. That's gonna
Yeah,
be. It's very.
right.
Gotta
Like,
be very
it's
tough.
gonna- it's
'cause
gonna
there's
come
a lot of
down
good
to-
options.
Is it going to come down to? Oh, and also U18s. We got to see who shines there too.
Yep, true.
Is Jackson Smith available again next year? He might be too. He just did
Ooh.
U18s last year, so he'd
Yes,
be
Jackson
19. He might not be eligible.
Kinda.
He might not be eligible, but
If he is eligible,
But
he
remember,
will
like
be on this team.
it's already pretty cool. They have 3 guys returning on the D core, where this year we had 0.
Yeah.
Smith is an 07, so he can play next year.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's some names. Puck Empire put their way too early 2027 Canada World Junior Team. I'm just going to name the names. Let me know what you think. Okay.
I might not know every single name, but we'll see.
You might. I know I think I know everyone about maybe 2.
Okay.
Caleb Desnoyers, Brady Martin, Cole Reshney, Braden Cooch, Jake O'Brien, Jack Nesbitt, Jimmy Lombardi, Ty Lawrence, Ethan Belches, Caleb Malhotra, Adam Valentini, Beckham Edwards, Ryder Cali, Jean-Christophe Lemieux, Jackson Smith, Peyton Kettles, Keaton Verhoff, Carson Carls, Xavier Villeneuve, George, I don't know this name, Georgios Pantelis, 2026 draft, cool. Ryan Lynn, Lennon DuPont, Ivan Kovic, Beckman, and Zachary Jovanovski.
I don't know as many as I thought I would.
That's really so. The little ones: Desnoyers, Martin, Reshney, Coots, O'Brien. You know Jack Nesbitt, big guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know
plays for
Jack.
Windsor.
Come on, this year.
Jimmy Lombardi. Jimmy Lombardi, I believe.
He played on the U18s last year. Nesbitt.
Who?
Jack
Yeah,
Nesbitt.
yeah, exactly. Jimmy Lombardi's having a great year.
Oh yeah.
He is. He playing for Flint. I got to watch him most recently when I came to Kingston.
Do you wanna hear my guy that we're sleeping on here?
Mm-hmm. Who?
Nolan Butter.
Nolan Butter. He's nasty, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice little snipe for Butter. Yeah.
Shout out Nolan Butter.
Alex Kuhlman.
Oh yeah. But he's eligible for another 2-3 years after
2
that.
years.
So.
Two.
Yeah. Cheers.
But yeah, like Ethan Belches, Kale Malhotra, like those are big names. I could see Belches playing a decent role on this team next year, to be honest.
Yeah, he's big. Brady Martin type.
Yep, like it. And then the defense, like names like Jackson Smith, Carson Carls, Verhoff, Villeneuve, Lynn, DuPont. Those are big names. I think Cameron Reed. I don't know. They don't have Cameron Reed on here. That's the only thing. I want to check that, Caleb. He's eligible for next year. Is he?
He is eligible.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, but even with people some good depth. Not the depth we saw this year. Like, if you want to talk about like first round picks, like of course when you think of first round picks, you think of the top cream of the crop talent, right? But these guys, like, there's a lot of good names on here.
Yeah. Puck Empire must think that he's making the Preds next year, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But I don't think he will. Okay. This is getting long. So I'm glad we did that. It was a fun exercise. I think it would be fun when all the Olympic and the World Championships are done, U18s are done, to do a really early roster prediction for the juniors next year. But that won't be for a long time. Okay. Last thing. I want to hear. So we obviously the top 3 players for Canada were announced: Sam O'Reilly, Zane Parekh, Tish Ginla.
Yep.
You're a big fan of Michael Hage. So who's your top 3 if you were to repick them?
Yeah, Michael Hage for sure in that top 3. Zane Parekh will also be in that top 3. And those 2 I feel like are the only locks, because other than that, there's a lot of really good players, but Hage was the best offensive guy on the offense, obviously on the forwards, and Zane Parekh, yes, he was maybe a little bit mistakes at times on the defense, but what he did on the offense, there is no reason why he should not be on this list. He was insane. He broke a record, Team Canada record. So like it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
So these guys are game changers in big time moments. They made big plays, the extra pass, crisp. They had so much composure, and so those are my 2 locks. Now my third one, this is where things get tricky, because you see when the tournament actually picked their MVPs, they picked someone like Sam O'Reilly, who I think is a great pick. He's he plays a lot of the gritty minutes, PK, he even played a little bit of power play, which is that's how good he was playing, I guess. But a guy who gets promoted to that third line, steps up, shut things down. Then you can talk about maybe like someone Cole Baudouin. He kind of played. He had some iffy games near the beginning of the tournament. I like Teague a lot too. I feel like Teague was one of the only bright spots on that top line. Although Porter Martone did have 6 goals, so it's kind of hard to knock that. But Oh, man. It is going to be a forward. It will be a forward. And you can even say Gavin McKenna. Maybe.
Okay, make your pick, man. It's taking too long.
Sure. I'm just thinking. It's hard. You put me right on the spot. So, I'll stick
surprised
with
you haven't.
Sam O'Reilly. I'll stick with Sam O'Reilly.
Oh, so you take Tish off for O'Reilly. Huh. Okay.
I think O'Reilly
That's
played.
fine. They had the same amount of points, same amount of goals. So, like,
And
sure.
O'Reilly played all situations
Sure.
at the end of the tournament.
That's a good
So
point.
he worked his way up the lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's very
Yeah.
valuable. That is very valuable to a team.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Zane Parekh, dude. I'm surprised I have not raved about him at all this podcast, but we all know I could rave about him. He is no Evan Bouchard. That's all I'm going to say. I'm surprised Michael Hage is not on their top 3.
It's insane. Although he makes the
He only had 2 goals. But I have him on mine. Parekh, Hage, and guys, I've talked about him the whole podcast. Gavin McKenna, 14 points, 4 goals, 2026 draft eligible. Unbelievable.
Yep.
He's great. And dude, I don't care if they're on the same, if Hage and McKenna are on the same line. Who cares?
No, they're both very good.
Yeah, they're both very good.
Both very good. I just wanted a guy. I think I picked 2 offensive guys. I wanted a guy who makes a difference on both sides of the ice, especially at times.
Oh yeah,
when
dude.
the
Sam
defense
O'Reilly was my favorite player beyond the Flames, 2 Flames prospects.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially a lot of the question marks came from the defensive side of the game. So Sam O'Reilly was one of the really bright spots back there. So
like if I thought about buying a Canada Reshny jersey, and then if my power rankings would be Reshny, Parekh, O'Reilly to buy a jersey on this team. So
Sam O'Reilly, yeah, wear it for 5 games.
Yeah. Or political reasons, it would be funny to get Michael Hage just because of if you're this far, I'll just say we got a hate comment from his brother. If you made it this far in this episode, and then I really liked Ethan McKenzie too. So
the GOAT.
Yeah,
the
goated family too. So
Ethan McKenzie is the best story on this team.
Yeah, best
only
story.
Undrafted guy, or only undrafted guy who's been through a draft. Yeah. So
been through 2 drafts.
Good for him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's really it, man. It's over. The grind is almost over.
Isn't that
for
sad?
this.
I don't care about the grind, man. Just the juniors.
Yeah.
It's growing up in Canada, of course you have Christmas if we celebrate, which we both do, and that's awesome. But Boxing Day comes and it's just watching the juniors with the family, man. It's the best time of the year for hockey. I like it better. I like this. Just my favorite tournament. So, we put a lot more into it, and honestly, this year was a lot more tiring because, and it's also
I love the grind too, though.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
And I don't want to say it's just also now this year, instead of watching as a fan, you're we're trying to break everything down. We're okay, what line's being deployed when? This guy's out now. This guy's getting moved up mid game because this guy's either having a bad game or this guy's injured. Dale Hunter wants to start this line. There's a lot that goes into it, and so I think as a perspective kind of changed because now we're actually trying to fully dissect games.
It's more fun. Is that fair for me at least?
No, it is.
I have a lot more knowledge. Oh
yeah.
And
before the years
a lot
past,
more knowledge.
You watch the tournament and you kind of course you knew a few names, but slowly but surely you gained to know the really good names.
Yeah, through just the tournament.
I know we both knew every single name, what junior team they played for, and what role they could potentially play in this tournament before before the preliminary games.
We've been watching this tournament since we've been children, right? And as children, you only know maybe 1 or 2 guys to start the tournament, and then the whole team.
Fun. I'm not gonna lie. That was so fun, though.
It's fun.
That was the best.
I think it's also now really fun, and just doing the podcast too. Dude, I love the Athletic Prospects show that they have half an hour once a week. I wish they did it more. They just talk about prospects for half an hour. I love that now. And it feels like we're doing almost the same thing. We know it's fun coming into the tournament, knowing every single player, debating what line they're going to be on, who they're going to play with,
fun.
Who's going to be a star, who doesn't deserve to be on this team, who did not make the team. That's all fun stuff.
Yeah. And you know what? The fun thing is we had 90 to 85% of the players on our prediction rosters before the roster was even in. So that's really cool.
It's fun. It's fun doing the rosters. It's fun being the GM. It mixes like the, playing EA Sports NHL, doing the franchise mode, being the GM on those teams. It's the exact same thing. So it's a lot of fun. It definitely changed the perspective on this tournament too.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, I like Canada obviously, but like I didn't care as much about Canada. Like I just loved the tournament in general. I loved watching every game, but like now I'm more locked in on Canada obviously, but I'm still watching every game. It's a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it's over. Grind's over.
Yeah, even just like watching taking the U18s, going in depth with that.
Dude, I can't wait for the 18Us.
Yeah,
I really love the prospects now, man. It's a lot of fun.
You get a lot of guys called up, and you're like, oh, this kid had a really good 18Us, and now he's playing at the World Juniors as an 18-year-old, and he played a significant role in the U18s roster, and now maybe he's going to play a little bit less, but he could play a little bit more because he has that outstanding skill.
Or he was or he was a scratch on the 18Us. Like this adds to the, I love throwing around the Flames legend, Blackhawks legend, Sharks legend. Like that's hockey card stuff. I just know all these random players because I got a rookie card of them on this one team, and then 5 years later I see, oh, this guy just got picked up on waivers. This guy was drafted by the Sharks, and I knew it just adds now, especially 18Us, adds a lot of just miscellaneous knowledge to the brain. It's just wired that way, at least for me.
Absolutely. Even other teams too.
Oh yeah.
We did deep dives into Sweden. I loved looking at Czechia this year.
I wish we had more. I wish we had more time. I'm not going to do it, but I would love to debate who is going to be the highest drafted. Well, we will get to it later. But after this, highest drafted defenseman this year. There's
we'll see.
I don't know. I would take Chase Reed in a heartbeat. But that's all I'll say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey. Thing is though, Chase Reed, there wasn't a lot of, I don't know, say there wasn't a whole lot of bright spots in that U.S. team. But if there was one, Chase Reed was definitely. If you had to pick one,
he's a mini Lane Hudson.
It was Chase Reed, and I got to watch this guy in person. He is insane, man. And no, he's jumped a lot in the draft stock too. I remember at the beginning of the year he was around 20. Dude, he's top 10 pick probably this year. So
he's gonna be top 5.
I mean, maybe
in my opinion now.
Debatably. But hey, the thing about the fun about the draft is people jump up, people go down.
Also depends what team picks where.
Yeah. So. And you know what? There's still a lot of hockey left to play before the draft. So a lot more to figure out. But no, Chase Reed was if there's a lot of players that draft stock went up. There's maybe I don't want to say a couple that went down, but Chase Reed's definitely someone that went up. And you know what? There's going to be conversation. Like Verhoff obviously has been the guy to go number one defenseman for the entire year. Yeah. After this tournament, you see like Chase Reed, Albert Smith's name has been thrown around a little bit. There's a couple names, they're getting up there. So
logically, just by how Carl's played, you could say Carl's is better.
Yeah,
two-way. Yeah. So I don't think so, but anyways, we will do a lot more prospects talk when that comes around.
Oh, tons of podcasts to come out about that. Yeah,
it's unfortunate. It's going to be paused for about a month and a half as we've got women's 18Us coming up this Saturday. But we've got Olympic rosters to still break down. I can't believe they were announced, it feels like forever ago, and we still haven't had time to do that.
I know.
We got some injuries too, which kind of helps us. But today is Tuesday. A little bit different schedule, just we wanted to wait until all the games are done. This one's coming out Tuesday. Then we're going back to the normal schedule. Thursday and Mondays will be it. But this Thursday coming up, we will be doing men's. We'll be breaking down the men's roster. Obviously, we'll talk about the injuries that just occurred, the snubs, all that. That'll be on Thursday's episode. If the women's roster comes out, we'll probably lump it in there as well. Mm-hmm. The women's, there won't be as much to talk about because it's the same roster every time. We keep saying that, but we could see some. We could see some interesting names.
We had a few differences in our rosters. We did a roster prediction, so we had a few differences in that. So
yeah, but if that comes out by then, we'll have that lumped in there as well. Yeah. If not, we'll have a separate episode. But it's gonna be good.
And Women's World Juniors U18s are this Saturday, so we're gonna be. I think we're gonna live stream a little bit. We had some fun doing that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it also, not that we're not going to watch the games, but it helps us get into it a little bit more. We get to actually
it's the future of the PDAB.
Analyze. Yeah, so
future of the Olympic team in 10 years from now.
So I'm excited. I've never really watched. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really watched the women's U18s.
Wow.
So I'm excited to watch it this year.
Yeah, we won't do like a preview and a roster breakdown, but we will do a big. I think we'll do a big episode on the recap.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, and we'll definitely stream
some videos during the week during.
Oh
the
yeah,
too
well
on,
I think
all of our short form.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you have, we did a ton of short form this past 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out what we'll do, but
yeah, you know what? Funny thing is, I'll bring this up. Just wrap up our U18 talk quickly. There was a player, a 16-year-old player, on Team USA, was just named today, or not today. Pardon me. I won't even say today, but she was named as. Oh my God, I'm gonna forget the name of the magazine. What's the very famous sports magazine?
Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated Youth Athlete of the Year, cover athlete, a 16-year-old female Team USA hockey player who will play her second U18s after she played as a 15-year-old last year.
Cool.
She was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with names like LeBron back in 2002. Huh. Eli Manning was on the cover. And now she gets named as this year's. Like LeBron was on the cover back in his day.
Awesome.
Eli Manning. Dude, so many big names. And now listen, she's played for Team USA. And I think I'm forgetting her last name. I think her first name's like China, like spelled Chyna.
Well, while you look that up, I am surprised Sports Illustrated is still around. I did an essay.
Chyna Taylor. Chyna Taylor's her name.
I did an essay about Sports Illustrated being dead, and it's still around. That's crazy. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, let me reiterate what it says. It says, so Chyna Taylor was named Sports Illustrated Kids 2025 Sports Kid of the Year. 16-year-old American hockey player, defenseman who will play at the U18s this year.
Are we cooked or are we cooked?
We might be cooked, chat. He might. Listen, we talk about Chloe Primerano being, listen, she's going to be one heck of a hockey player, but she might have her competition with Chyna Taylor. Her and Chyna Taylor both on the back end for these two teams for years to come. Might be insane if she pans out, Taylor, as she's hyped up to be as a 16-year-old.
Wow.
So.
All right.
Throw that out there.
Yeah. So 18 U's coming out. We probably will just do maybe quarters, but if the schedules work out, we'll try and do our best to do semis and finals for sure. We have other things going on. Unfortunately, stuff is starting back up. The nice thing about World Juniors is during winter break and jobs are paused and everything like that, but stuff is starting back up. We'll try our best to do a couple streams. We're gonna keep pushing 2 episodes a week until after the Olympics, and then we'll probably go back to 1. But stuff's coming out every day. We're going to be doing a lot more clips, podcast clips. We'll probably do some more of those quick mini breakdowns that we've been doing. A lot of stuff. So check us out. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Those are the main 3 for social media. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to listen to the episode, like if you're watching on YouTube, and some people don't know this, you could these episodes are up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. So check us out there. Subscribe to that. And
hit the notification bell so you never miss any when we upload. You know, I'm a big Spotify listener, so like I love just like throwing it on. You don't need the video; like we're just looking at the camera. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
So
I think it's unbelievable.
If you want to look at our beautiful faces, you can do that too. You get some facial expressions. But if you don't, just throw it in your pocket. Listen to us. Today's episode was a banger, Caleb. We did a great job. Let's get some final thoughts, Caleb. What are we thinking? What are we thinking as the World Juniors wrap up with a bronze medal for Canada?
You go first, because I don't know.
Sure. Disappointed, for sure. Team was destined for more. Didn't get the result. The tournament is full of one game, do or dies. And unfortunately, the team that's been our demon for the last 2 years gets us again for the 3rd straight year, eliminates us. And you know what? Between this last year and this year, there was a lot of talk. You know, the team underplayed, didn't get the result they wanted. I feel like there's going to be a decent amount of chatter of the same going to next year because the expectations will always be a gold medal for Hockey Canada, and we couldn't find it this year in 2026.
It's going to be even more pressure.
If I'm going to play devil's advocate on the good side, you know, we come home with a medal. That's better than what we had the last 2 years.
Mhm.
We swept the group stage. Didn't have any falters. We almost fell against Latvia again, but we didn't.
Yeah.
3 of the top highest scorers were all Canadian in Hage, McKenna, and Perek in the tournament. So goal scoring was there.
Yeah.
And the team, I'm going to say it, will be better than ever next year because I'll always have high expectations for this team. And I'm just excited. Well, I'm not excited for the long haul all the way to the next World Juniors, but there's a lot of hockey in between. But the chatter will come. Fell short this year, but we'll be back next year. I'm not worried about it. Let's hear it, Kel.
3 things. 3 will be quick.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to quadruple down. Gavin McKenna will be the first overall pick. Second is not the refs' fault. Czechia is a better team. If I see either of those, if you want to piss me off, those 2 comments, refs gave Czechia the game or Gavin McKenna won't be first overall. You did it. Good job, but I don't care. I could care less about the TikTok comments. It's just fun to snap back. And the third is all the people listening. I'm surprised the YouTube numbers on these podcasts are pretty incredible. So shout out. And then also on the TikTok, the YouTube, Instagram, people following us everywhere, people joining the bandwagon. That's the main takeaway is that we've been through, dude, we didn't even mention this. You were on a freaking radio call.
I was on CBC radio.
Kingston and Ottawa.
It was a cool time.
Listen, that wasn't possible without the TikTok.
True.
TikTok community, and I know some of the TikTok communities they're following because of the short form videos, but I know there's some people on there following because of the podcast. Listen, they couldn't been done without all these people, and it's going up. 2026. We're only 6 days in. TNI is going to be up. So,
it's already up, dude. We've had
some crazy little things that have happened. Like 2 things of people commenting, following us that are just unbelievably cool, and then the radio thing, dude. It's pretty cool.
So we are up. The 2026 of the year TNI. Buy in early. And we might be at the next year's World Juniors. Maybe we'll get a sponsor or something like that. Someone break us out.
That'd be a lot, Chuck.
So
but we'll see.
Kel, let's wrap it up. It's been a long one. We'll put our own closure on the 2026 World Juniors.
Stupid. I can't believe I didn't bring that up. That is the most stupid thing ever. We got to close the tournament. Just like, oh my gosh, whatever.
I think you're a casual, man. You never watch that far? I always do.
No, frick that, dude.
Oh,
actually,
crazy.
Last time Canada won, I don't remember. So, no, I actually do remember. I don't know if they closed it. Anyways, that's so stupid. I'm 19 years. I'm not gonna. I just doxed myself.
Well, there you go.
It's 2:30 a.m. and I'm still heated about this. That is the most stupid thing ever. It's not the frickin' Olympics. It's a frickin' 10-day tournament.
Yeah, they put a close on it. It's over. There you go. Wrap it up. Move on.
Let's put the torch in the frickin' boat or whatever, and then move it to the next location. Cheers. All right, let's close this thing.
All right. That will do it. This has been the True North Ice podcast where we talk everything Hockey Canada and everything Canadian hockey related. The World Juniors are over. Canada claims bronze. Not the result they would have wanted, but it's the result they get. U18's coming up in just under a week. Olympics only a month away. It's the year of hockey. And, man, we pray and we hope Canada will get some more W's, unlike the start of 2026. As always, check us out on all your favorite platforms, short form on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, where we're grinding. We're even live streaming on TikTok and YouTube. So please give us a follow, give us a sub, give us anything. Likes, anything is supported, everything is appreciated on all of those platforms. And of course, the podcast. If you're already listening, you're listening here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and all your favorite podcast platforms. I've been Jacob Ewing. He's been Caleb Snyder. This has been the True North Ice podcast. Thank you for listening.
Go Flames.